Hot dog, we've got a wiener. We forgot that we're all booked up on Tuesday, so here's a special Sunday night episode for you of Delco Live. A lot going on in the county. Some of it bad, some of it good, a lot of it ugly. We'll be getting into that. This episode is not just going to be about the town bracket, but you can go vote for that on DelcoLive.com. It's the greatest website ever, put together by our hero Spaz, who's under the weather this evening. Al, we got sponsors before we get into it. Why don't you tell us about it?
All right, let's start with Fat Cow Jerky. Utterly perfect. You say boo or moo?
Moo.
Oh, moo. Okay.
Moo earns. Moo earns.
Utterly perfect jerky. Multiple flavors. New ones coming out all the time. FatCowJerky.com. Check them out. Facebook and Instagram, Fat Cow Jerky. And don't forget Dolan's Bar.
You're trying out the new puppet act tonight at the Dolan's Open Mic Night, eh?
Yeah, you know it. There's no better place than Dolan's Open Mic Night. Hey, it's getting started there, Nicky.
Yeah, hey, all right.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah. Open Mic Night,
Open
yeah.
that mic, yeah.
Guys, it is open mic night. If you feel like doing something, please come on up. You can play guitar, sing, tell a joke, play. If you want to do karaoke, I can set you up with that. Whatever you want to do. I want to play a few, play some music for you in between. Let me know.
We're going to be playing every Thursday from 9 o'clock to 11:30. Usually go till 12 because we're idiots like we always will be. Come on up if you want to try out your stuff, and hope you like it.
You're the star. Speaking of stars, Al, we're running against the fucking Oscars, and I have legitimately seen none of the movies that came out this year that are nominated.
Have you ever I always use this one as my base when you hear the Oscars, and it's The English Patient. How it beats so many movies out that I heard of, and anybody ever watched. I'm like, have you ever seen The English Patient? And anybody who's ever answered yes, which was very, very few, said it was a terrible, dumb movie.
So I have seen The English Patient, and I actually like just for trivia reasons, I do watch keep tabs on what movies win and all that shit, and just the way that pop culture and media's transformed over the years. In the 90s, when a movie was a blockbuster, you fucking probably saw the blockbuster. If you The English Patient's one thing, but the big one was when Shakespeare in Love beat out a bunch of movies in '98. But that's just I don't know where I was going with that. I swear I had a stroke yesterday.
I mean, there's
the
no
English
that
Patient,
possibility.
I never even heard of that movie.
It was about a World War I pilot crash in the fucking desert, and he gets jerked off in a bathtub.
Yeah, it was weird. It was early
96. It was the year after Braveheart.
Okay, so yeah, and there's a lot. I think is that the year Titanic came out?
No, I might be speaking out of line. I think Shakespeare in Love is the one that beat Titanic, but I don't think that they were back-to-back years. The English Patient, The English Patient. It was
do you guys all right, especially Holbrook, you're into music. Do you care about music awards at all, or any awards, movies, music?
No, if the Oscars, you've heard of the movies that win, you heard of and they exist. The Grammys are fucking stupid, especially the smaller ones. Like Best Rock is usually not even a rock artist, and then it'll be Best Metal thing. It'll be this year it'll be Megadeth with a live version of a song recorded in 1998 from the album from 91. It has nothing to do with anything. There's songs that aren't singles that win Best Single. The fucking year that Goche won with that someone I used to know, it came out 4 years before that fucking Oscars. Why is it even eligible? Dude, that shit's fucking I do not know. Award shows do not do it for me.
If a band I like wins a Grammy, I feel like they just went down multiple notches in my book.
Well,
I don't know why.
Oh, so I
don't know why that's the way.
So
I
if
feel,
you like them and now they won, you're just no, I don't like you now because you're a winner.
I don't know. If they won, I just feel like I don't know. Everything else that I feel like wins kind of sucks. Not really my cup of tea.
All right, Holbrook, when we were growing up, what was the big thing for people our age to watch when it came to award shows? Do you remember?
I mean the MTV music
VMAs?
video VMAs, the ones in early
VMAs.
September. It was always like the first week back to school, and it was like a cool break on like a Thursday night.
Those were cool because there was more of a spectacle to it, and it did. Like when they talked about it, and the movie awards too, the MTV Movie Awards. They talked about movies that we would watch.
Yeah, they were more
it was
relevant.
more topical to us. Like people make fun of. Like I heard somebody I was listening to the radio today, and they were talking about it, and they said they use the term woke a lot, which is I think just thrown around a whole lot. But yes, I will agree that it's used for a lot of these people to use as a soapbox to get on top and talk about. I really want to know what Tom Cruise thinks about the Ukrainian situation because that means something to me.
Right. Yeah. And just remember,
because you're in movies, you have more money. I give a flying rat's ass of what you have to say.
They're celebrating how well they played Pretend.
Yeah.
That's literally what the fucking Oscars are. No, when it comes back to the music shit, it was the VMAs was aimed for like 17 and under, and then the Grammys were like the grown up music.
Mm-hmm.
And it's if you just want to see how youth culture is going right now, it is like that fake woke mentality and all that shit where everyone it's the look at me generation, all that shit. And like that's one thing. When we were like 13, that shit, it was worse because we were fucking pieces of shit, dude. We were celebrating Limp Bizkit and Jackass and like Jerry Springer. We were trash.
Howard Stern was on. Remember?
Yeah,
he was like
Ass Man.
Yes, Ass Man. It was in the movie. It was not in his movie. Private Parts. Like that was like the beginning.
Yeah, it was like that. How do we get here?
And, in the beginning of the movie, he's like sitting on the plane next to this good-looking girl who wants nothing to talk to him about.
Yeah,
and he sees like a picture of him in the magazine. It's Ass Man at the MTV Music Awards or whatever.
If you're wondering, The English Patient beat Jerry Maguire, Fargo, and Shine.
I don't know what Shine is.
Shine was the savant piano player.
Okay.
Jerry Maguire's Jerry Maguire.
We all know what Jerry. And Fargo is like a beloved movie now. It became a TV show. And The English Patient.
It was a murder. Fargo was a murder mystery, and it was a small budget like indie film. Like,
but it was huge. It had a huge following. It became
not when it's almost like Jimi Hendrix. It wasn't actually a huge commercial success when it came out.
Oh, okay.
We just look back at it and go like, oh, remember that? That's the Farley brother or the Coen brothers.
Coen brothers. Yeah.
Now we love them because they're later shit. Fargo's a weird one. The next year was Titanic. I'm sure won. Titanic won 97. And then the year after that was the year with Shakespeare in Love. Like I'm not gonna lie,
was that like Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes back to back?
Leo didn't win. He lost to the guy from Life is Beautiful.
So
Roberto
Titanic
Benigni.
didn't win?
No, the movie won, but he didn't win Best Actor.
But don't you? I guess they want to win Best Actor. Okay.
Yeah, because that was the thing about like going into The Revenant. He had never won for all of his crazy great roles, like The Aviator and fucking. I just saw Wolf of Wall Street for the first time like
Really?
2 weeks ago.
Great movie.
That's an amazing movie.
He should have fucking won something for that. I know they kind of treated it as more of like a comedy than anything, but that shit should have he should have won for that. That scene with the Lamborghini where he's fucking.
I thought you were talking about the Margot Robbie scene.
No, like that.
I would have done that movie for free.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
that
I'm a scumbag.
Yeah, what did he take? Quaaludes?
Yeah, he took all the Quaaludes and literally said that he fell into like a cerebral palsy like thing, and he's kicking the fucking door. Oh, brilliant!
It's so funny.
Brilliant. Shakespeare in Love beat Life is Beautiful, Saving Private Ryan, and The Thin Red Line. That was where they were just like, oh, how could it be Saving Private Ryan? Anyway, we're not a fucking this isn't E-Entertainment or anything like that. We do have some real life, I guess, heroes, Al. We've got a group called Adventures with Purpose.
Oh yeah, dude, this was crazy.
I've never heard of them before, probably because I'm not in tune with the youth and the youth. I like it literally. We don't even know if they're old or young.
The Utes.
Yeah, so they got a YouTube channel and they do some cool fucking shit where they are like an underwater dive team and they go around trying to solve cold cases.
Yeah,
people missing in banks of water.
And apparently, they've done like
vehicles.
A lot, like hundreds.
So they have done. Just remember how the magnitude of this, where you have to go and like travel to the location, get all your equipment, bring everything there, get permits, go out there. So they started in 2019. We just crossed out 2020 and most of 2021 where they probably couldn't do shit, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking essentially only about 2 full years. They've solved 18 missing person cases and recovered more than 100 vehicles from bodies of water that have been there for ranging from a couple years to full decades to like 40 years. And they decided to focus on the Ridley Marina next to Stingers, where, every so often a car will end up in it. One of us on this panel did that in 2005, 4.
Danielle?
Yeah, did
It
Was
was
that you,
me.
Danielle?
It was me.
Yeah.
It was me.
And apparently someone local did this in 2001, and they couldn't be found. It was a missing persons thing. So they went out there with their radar, and
They're like super. Like I think did they build some of their own stuff, or
could be.
they had like the very sophisticated equipment from what I.
They got some cool shit.
Yeah.
So what it was. The group used their advanced sonar search and recovery dive team in order to get a car of a Philadelphia father. It was actually a Ridley Park person, we believe, that has been missing since December 2003.
Yes.
So that is 19 years, coming up on 20. Yeah, coming up on 19 years. And they found the vehicle. And they went and recovered it. And the body went to the coroner's office, and they kind of confirmed who it was. But my question is, why couldn't they find it before?
Yeah, like
why couldn't they find it then?
Yeah, where was I would like I saw actually. Do you want? Let me see
It's like right at where they were
Did they
was
not
right at the
try?
pier.
I'm gonna pull up. I think I have some of the
Just
pictures I
try.
can pull up here.
It's literally like it's at the pier. Like that water is not that deep. Trust me. I know. Like it's there. Like that's from Stingers.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like they're getting ready to go on the dive. I don't know if they didn't go further out.
Right.
I don't know.
And like they're not going to blindly pick that's where a missing person could be.
Oh, they said they did some research and their math and whatever, kind of put them between here and there, and that's what they kind of found that out. They did.
Why didn't anyone look
between
back
here
then?
and there, like that. I wonder how big here and there.
I think it was like the
Because-
marinas, like in between marinas, like Lazzarato to there.
Yeah, but like, how did no one find this back then? Like the way you end up in the river, just from what I've heard, is you drive down. Not Stewart? What's that? Swarthmore Ave.
Yeah.
Swarthmore Ave, and then there's no signs, and back then there wasn't Stingers, so there was no lights, and sometimes when it's raining, you might think that's a big puddle, and then all of a sudden it's not a puddle, and your Pontiac Sunbird stuck in it.
That's how people get their bags marked not drugs.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's we understand how you can end up in there, but it can only go a certain amount of places. Like why did they know this vehicle was in that area to begin with? And if you knew it was in that area, why didn't you search that area?
so here's my theory behind it. This is just throwing some against the wall. I base this on no facts.
Okay.
It's just about most of the things I go with.
Oh,
Anyway.
dude,
just by
yeah.
gut.
I just go by my wacky brain theories. So maybe. So this is what these guys specialize, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they go around and they find files of cold cases or things that have to do with people who could possibly dealt with drowning situations,
Yes.
gone missing
Yes.
by large bodies of water, kind of start narrowing things down, did the deeper research than they did 19 years ago.
Okay.
And I don't know the story behind this guy, if this was like something that people could have thought he would go missing or not, or was this a freak thing? Like if somebody had, like I said, once again, I know nothing about this guy to make any of the assumptions. Like if he had an issue where maybe he could have gone missing, or if it was just like, one day I just went missing, you guys would be freaked out because that wouldn't be something I would do. But like, I don't know. Like, I wonder if they kind of look for these type of cases, try to use some method they have, which obviously works.
Yeah.
And apparently they get according to the story I read, they make money on donations,
And merchandise sales.
the YouTube money they get, and the
Yeah.
merchandise money that they make. So I don't know if these guys, it's full time and they make enough money to do this full time, or they just do this to buy their equipment and do it. But it's a pretty crazy story. And, I'm glad the family finally got some, piece of,
Some closure.
closure. Yeah. Peace, closure, whatever, to find out what happened. It doesn't make it any better that they lost somebody, but it does help you not think something happened to him. Did somebody do something wrong to him? Did they never say anything could have been foul play, right? This is pretty much they're saying is an accident, right?
No, they have not said anything about foul play or anything yet. I mean, without getting gross, it's 19 years of decomposition in Ridley Marina water.
So here's a question. Would you guys have them on the show?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. We're actually working on that. We're seeing what we can do.
Yeah. I don't know if they're in this area. I don't know where exactly they're based out of.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
sure
we'll
they're
get-
not from this area.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get them on the phone or something at the very least, or
Yeah,
StreamYard
we'll
or
chat
whatever.
with them.
Yeah, no, we want to chat with them. We're reaching out to them, trying to get everything together. But
we basically want to know, how did they learn about this? Because it's
there's a lot of pieces of the story we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, was I 18 at the time? Like, I don't remember the story.
Even if you weren't 18, the story might not have made the news.
Yeah.
Might not have made the major news. That made the fact which made it the news is that it was 19 years old, and these guys from YouTube, like you hear YouTubers save somebody, you're just like, wait, what? What did some guy playing video games do to solve this problem? Like, that's what you think. And it's funny because I didn't know the name of these places, and until when I started reading more about these guys. So my kid is 6 years old, and I have another kid who's 13. If it wasn't for sports, I probably wouldn't even have any worry about cable TV at all. I would just have streaming platforms, and these guys would just watch YouTube. That's all they do. Mm-hmm. They watch shows on YouTube, which are just long commercials. Well, another thing YouTube guys like to do is these popular YouTube guys, they take other popular YouTube videos and watch them and react to them. Like it's like, wait, this guy has a video of 200,000 views, and this guy has a video of 1 million views. If I'm watching this video of 200,000 views,
Inception.
It's exactly
it's
like Inception for the internet.
Did not win an award, by the way, Inception.
Nope.
Maybe for like the graphics, but not like the good ones.
Yeah, but
Leo didn't win for that either.
My point is like, that's how I think I saw one of the things they did. And there's another one, I don't know if it's the same people, where they go around into bodies of water, lakes, rivers, whatever.
River Monster, Jeremy Wade.
Well, no. They just go in there and they have a sonar and a metal detector, and they just clean out the rivers, and they end up finding like treasure. They call themselves treasure hunters, and they find things like sometimes they find pennies from like 1852 or like whatever it is, and things like that turn out to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And sometimes they find garbage, but they at the same time they're cleaning these bodies of water. So that was kind of an interesting thing. So I did watch it with my son a little bit. I'm like, all right, this is the most interesting thing I've watched on YouTube since Delco Live.
Oh, the greatest show in the world.
So you can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and as well as DelcoLive.com. Cheap plug.
Oh, greatest website in the world.
Yes.
Greatest website in the world.
And if you're on that website,
you can vote for the most Delco town.
Yeah, so I think DelcoLive.com. It's on your ticker at the bottom.
Got the Final Four, just like Villanova's had.
Yeah, we're in the Final Four, which ends tomorrow at
6:10 p.m.
6:10 p.m. And that's
Seacane versus Clifton, Briarcliff versus Prospect Park. Prospect Park has stated they will throw a parade if they win.
Actually, Denise, I heard they're not even going near. They won't go near Darby Creek.
No, nothing. You don't want to be. Isn't this the Darby Creek though?
Is this
the Ridley Marina?
It's Delaware River.
No.
Isn't it?
No. Car submerged in the Darby Creek near the Ridley Township Marina. Someone called me a fucking moron for not knowing that a couple weeks ago. I said, is that the Delaware River? And they're like, no, fucking idiot. You don't know what water is? I'm like, no.
Here's our boy Freddie Burns, which we'll talk about in a second here. If my kid didn't have leukemia, I single-handedly would have gotten Collingdale to the Final Four. Stunned the Seacane upset. That is a bit of an upset. It's kind of like was it St. Peter's or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Like that's like right now, like that would be the equivalent.
No, the equivalent had to be Norwood taking out Ridley.
No, I think Norwood taking out Ridley is way more believable than Seacane making as far as they did. Seacane, like Clifton Heights, it just has like this cult following. Like it just is what it is. And the reigning champions. And then Seacane's literally a derivative of the 19018. So for them to go this far, yes, it is gigantic.
You know what it is?
What's that?
I think it's because I made the picture Imperial Pizza.
Yeah, you didn't, did you?
Yeah.
No, you made the Wawa next to Imperial Pizza.
That's Primus.
Is that what Primus was?
Primus. Seacane was the Imperial Pizza. I remember I was like,
I like how they're literally a brewskis between each other that makes the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Imperial Pizza, not Coco's.
Oh, Imperial. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Imperial. I don't know. They have the easiest fucking thing to write up.
And Seacane, here's the funny thing is you would think Seacane would get a little bit more love because it being part Upper Darby and Ridley.
Yeah, it's literally an amalgamation of the three, powerhouses.
Yeah, so Imperial Pizza.
I'm just like that was actually a thing when I was picking the pictures for these things. I was like, I can't pick ones that'll like really fucking like taint like it.
Try to
well, I like how Wawa we had to say we're not talking about the food stores.
Yeah,
Wawa, PA, the town that you guys don't even know exists.
They do. It's just,
no, you mean people don't. Oh, wait a minute, that's an actual town. They'll say that to me. Oh, that's an actual town. Like
Yeah.
Yes, it's more than a convenience.
Look, I'd rather have you ask me if it's a real town or an actual town instead of just being a fucking dickbag like some of the people in our comments.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even know. Or like my favorite thing is just like every year it's like we know that Drexel Hill's part of Upper Darby. We know that like Sea Cane is part of like Clifton and Ridley. Like we know. Trust me, it's called Delco fucking Live. We know. Can you just have fun? Can you just have fun? Like how annoying are you at parties?
Just go vote and shut up.
How annoying are you at parties? Like if that's a fucking thing. Like the person who's just like the Briarcliff thing, they're just like, oh, they shouldn't even be in there. They're part of Glen Olden and Darby Township. And then it's just like,
well, isn't Clifton Heights part of Upper Darby? It's the borough of Upper Darby, right?
They go to that school.
It's like watching a movie and commenting every second that something like wouldn't.
Well, the
happen
one
in
year,
real life.
the 1 year people are complaining about. Well, that's not the post office for that one. That's a post office, or the
just
which police cars patrol that area. You know,
Yeah.
Ridley versus Ridley Park. Because the Ridley are the red cop cars and Ridley Park are black and white. So it's a whole thing. Like Holbrook said, just enjoy it for what it is.
just have fun.
And
You know what we're talking about.
No,
like
the spite votes are the
the best. The best.
Because like Drexel Hill people, which you would think Drexel Hill, Clifton Heights, you would think they're close together. They're going to vote against a Ridley or Fallcroft or something on the other side of the county. No way. They will spite vote. Like, I don't want Clifton to win. Screw Clifton, even though we're pretty much Drexel Hill is Clifton with more taxes.
Yeah,
like,
I do miss it being on Facebook because the shit talking was some of the best from these people. Like you would have your losers jumping in there. What was Collingdale zip code before they joined Darby in the 2-3? I'm just gonna take a stab at it. 2-8 because I don't know what the 2-8 is.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll wait for the answer to that question.
That's a good question though. That should have been that should be a Delco Jeopardy question.
Which will be making its way back.
yeah,
to
the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, we have a lot of things going on. We'll cover that at the end of the.
Too much going on. I'm drowning and I'm
yes.
having panic attacks.
Dude.
I had a stroke yesterday.
I believe you have had many strokes. You're just not aware of.
They're called mini strokes and they're harmless, Al.
Yeah, many strokes.
Well, Al, the car from 19 years ago getting recovered in the Ridley in the Darby Creek in Ridley wasn't the only cold case solved in Ridley recently.
No, it's funny how these things come in pairs.
Not even the oldest.
Nope.
Double the time back.
More than double.
Investigators have identified the body of a 1978 Delaware County homicide victim as a man who went missing from a U.S. Air Force base 43 years ago. On December 13th, also, that you know what's fucking crazy? That's the date that the person in the car went missing, too, was December 13th.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just different, obviously years apart.
Obviously.
Yeah. A body was found in the Crum Creek area of Bullens Lane and Valley Road in the Woodland section of Ridley Township, Pennsylvania. The body had been shot multiple times. At the time, however,
this is back in 1978. 78, yeah.
78. I'm just going to read this one because I'm actually not too abreast of the situation.
He's got breasts. Just
they jiggle. They call me Jigglypuff.
He was mad. I was videoing him last night. While he was playing pint for pint. He's like, all you can see is my jiggles.
Yeah, this song makes my titty jiggle. At the time, however, investigators were unable to identify the victim or any suspects. The victim's information was uploaded to the National Missing and Identified Persons System. In December 2021, Ridley Township Detective Tim Kearney was contacted by Amelia Pern of the Veteran Doe Network, an organization started by volunteer military family members to bring attention to missing veterans slash active duty cases. Pern told Detective Kearney the victim of the 1978 homicide might be a match for another entry in that system they were talking about, a man named Kevin Alvin Jude Carroll.
A lot of names.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, well, confirmation name is shit.
Do they count that? Like, I thought we don't count that. I'm Catholic, and I thought you don't count that. Like,
I've never
like
seen
you
that.
don't put it in your actual, like, it's not on my birth certificate, it's not on my license, it's not on anything, right? It's just a name.
I'm gonna definitely say it was his fucking confirmation.
You'd be surprised. Technically, my father has 4 names.
Okay.
And it's not his confirmation name. So apparently when my dad was younger, I know this is a little off topic, but when he was born, there was an argument over his middle name, and he back then, you could just write shit in, and it became, legitimate. And
we know, Al. Some of us have a middle name named Colin because your parents spelled fucking Colin wrong.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Always proof. Like, what are the Delco Times? Write my fucking birth certificate.
But like, he has 2 middle names because my grandfather just wrote it in after my grandmother told him what it was going to be. So he's Anthony Andre.
Oh, he's funny, man. He's in Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, is he?
No, that's Eric Andre.
Oh, yeah.
Jude, I'm gonna say was a confirmation name because that seems like a total fucking saint name that you would be told to pick.
Jude.
Dude, it was Delco back in the 70s. Everybody's name was a saint name.
Yeah, but like he picked Jude.
Mine's Rose because
Rose.
of Titanic.
Oh my goodness!
You want my
Winner of the 1997 Oscar.
Do you know what my confirmation name is?
I'm gonna say something aggressively Italian.
Tell us the
Nope.
first letter.
Nope. M.
Michael.
Matthew.
Yep.
Matthew. Michael.
Michael.
Oh, mine's.
Guess what my middle name is?
Something aggressively Italian.
Nope.
Peter.
You've already said it.
Matthew.
Nope.
Michael.
Yep.
You
My mother would
Michael.
not let me pick a different name. She wanted to say Michael.
Michael the defender.
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael.
Wait.
I feel like that's worse.
Wait, what is this, Denise? Mine is
I don't
Dimphna.
even know.
Nympho.
Dim.
I'll have my glasses on.
Dimphna. Can you send me the phonetic spelling of that, please?
I've never heard that name before.
Dimphna.
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 Anyway, Kevin Alvin Jude Carroll was reported missing in December 1978 after leaving McGuire Air Force Base in Jersey. Carroll had been discharged from service and had sent all of his belongings to his home in Oregon, but never returned to the house. On March 22nd, following a lengthy investigation, officials identified the 1978 homicide victim as Carroll. This is their statement. This is what happened to him, or at least what they allege. For nearly half a century, the family of Kevin Carroll has sought answers in connection with the death of their loved one. We hope that today's announcement brings, okay, that's, just whatever. Here's what he died of. He, did it not say this in here? He was shot like twice and just left out there. And
Yeah.
they're like,
So
it's a murder.
shot, yeah.
So they're still gonna have to figure out who the fuck murdered this dude. Dude, was that not in here? Did I make that up? I
No,
swear.
they said he was shot. You said in the beginning.
Oh, okay,
Shot a
cool.
couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, that's a murder. How are you gonna let a murder go?
Yeah.
Man. A lot of people solving crimes around here from out of the area.
43 years old. Actually, I told the story before how I was called into superior jury duty, and that was because that was a cold case from, I think, the 70s as well, that they had new data because of,
forensics
and DNA testing. So I almost got pulled into a 40-year-old, and I heard it took over a year, like almost a year to do like the whole
4-year-old cold case. That's what we used to call the women down at the Belvedere.
Oh God. Before you just stole their burnt case of beer.
No, that was a Toll House.
Oh, it was a Toll House, yeah.
Did we both have strokes?
Yeah, we did.
You want another crime in Ridley? By the way, these are all Ridley centric. They're having an interesting week. Or do we want to talk about other things that people did yesterday?
Last trivia. What former Philadelphia Eagle had a warrant out for his arrest in Collingdale?
Vince Papali.
Now, I'm going to say Mike Mamula.
A former Philadelphia Eagle had a warrant out for his arrest. I mean, yeah, take that, Belvedere. That's what they get for fucking being assholes to us at the last most Delco bar town. Most
Were they
Delco
assholes
town.
to us? I thought they liked us.
No, they like a couple of their crackhead fucking like Aunt Patty and Aunt Selma fucking assholes started reaching out to us.
That
Freddie
makes
Mitchell.
more sense.
Oh wow, what are the odds?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Love you, Freddie, but love you, Freddie.
From Freddie to Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie Mitchell. I mean,
Yeah.
Want to talk about yesterday? What everyone did? Well,
Yeah, let's catch up
Freddie's
on
there. You were there. I was working at Villanova.
So speaking of Freddie, who's been chiming in here, Freddie, we as he mentioned earlier, his son has leukemia, so we had a nice get together with family and friends, fundraiser to raise money when we were at the Red Lantern. Who, by the way, big old shout out to the Red Lantern. They were amazing. Kelly, Billy over there, they just pretty much said, do whatever you want. When a person tells us to do that, you're really putting your lives in your hands. But we were able, between raffles, people buying ahead of time, people buying at the door, 50-50. We were able to raise $15,000 for Freddie and his family while they're going through this tough time.
Wow.
And Delco's story, but also kind of comes full circle with us because we're going to continue to help them because Holbrook is the recipient of Delco Day.
Freddie Burns Jr. Is that the name?
Freddie Burns the fourth.
The fourth.
Yes, he's the fourth.
Yeah, all the money's going to him. Plus, extra stuff we've made some contacts with some people to keep it going. It's not just a one-day donation.
Yes.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
And
that's
his
Delco
friends
Day
and family.
7. And just tell us more, Al, while I fucking chug this Rolling Rock and get the Delco Day energies to fucking talk about it.
You want to talk about Delco Day or yesterday?
You keep talking about yesterday.
So yeah, like I said, yesterday was amazing. We had a lot of people come out. So here's your Delco Day.
Don't show it yet.
I'm showing it.
We're gonna show them in a minute.
But
we're gonna show them that
we had former Eagles linebacker Kevin Riley came out, got everybody going. PSG.
Who?
Kevin Riley.
Who's
back
Kevin
in the day in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A Philly sports guy was out there. He came out and had a great time.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Donations from Philly sports trips.
He was at the Flyers game.
Carl's cards, all that stuff. There's so many. There's a list I'm going to put out to say thank you to everybody because I could spend the next half hour just thanking people. His family, friends, people just came out with reckless abandonment with money. Just did not care because they didn't care where it went. They didn't care if they would like to win the prizes, but they didn't care. It was a good time, and it was for a good cause. It was nice to see Freddie actually out that day because he hasn't been out much, so he was able to come by for a little bit and say hi. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Delco. I want to thank Don Blizzard over at Risk Averse. He was Risk Averse Insurance. He helped me and my boy Joey Sheeran over at Edge of Philly Sports put this thing together. So there's a lot of thank yous to go around, but it was a pretty amazing day. And again, to the Red Lantern, who just did not care what we did and let us able to do what we wanted to do. So
it's a recurring theme. Like, just give us carte blanche, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. I have never had a problem with that. And at the end of the day, everybody goes, "That was the best time we had."
Yeah.
So if you can have fun, like it's not just a fundraiser. If it's a fundraiser, because people, I'm just saying, like that's the point. Is like sometimes fun. If you make it fun, people forget what they're there for. So, and just go at it.
Fundraiser.
It raises the fun.
I hate him.
Why? Because it works.
It does work. It works great.
He's sitting and goes, God, I didn't think of that. How did I not know this?
15.
15 what?
Grand?
15 grand.
That's grand, Al.
Yep.
Without being a jerk.
Hold on. Let me get used to that. Go ahead.
That's chump change.
Hey, that's all right.
Compared to what Delco Day 7's going to do.
Yeah.
If we don't raise 30 grand, I am going to light myself the fuck on fire. And I'm taking out people with me.
I'm giving fire hugs.
Yeah. I will put a cinder block around my neck and I will climb up on the top of a row.
Oh, the old Fallcroft.
So you want to get
the
sprayed?
old Fallcroft alarm clock.
Yeah.
He's just asking to get sprayed again with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Like he just wants it.
I don't fear it anymore.
Where's the bubble one? You didn't bring it on the show tonight?
No, it's in my car though.
You
were there last night.
Did it ever turn off?
What's up?
Did it ever turn off?
That shit.
You gotta be careful with things like that. I swear to God, one of the Delco days, this is a true story. I think it was 3. We were heading down from here to Marty McGee's, and we had the bullhorn in the car. It was me and Rambo back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And the seal on it broke, so the batteries didn't sit in, so we thought it was broken. So we just threw it in the back and said, we'll toy with this thing later. We're in the middle of the street, and this thing's loud. It's called what's it called?
It's like the fucking butt plugger or some shit. The Thunder Fucker or some shit.
No, it was the Thunder something, Thunderman, the Thunder Power, something, Power Thunder 5 million or whatever.
Thunder Blaster.
Yeah, maybe
the Thunder Blaster 900.
5,000. I know it's like 5,000. And that's the thing is like, it was just so funny because like we're in the middle of this, like right by Marty McGee's, and this thing is like in the middle of the street without being in a car with the windows open would be obnoxiously loud. Like it's the siren button went off. It wasn't just like somebody was talking into it being loud. There's like a red button for the siren on the back. And like we're freaking out. We think something's happening. Like we almost like just got out of the car, like it was gonna explode, like just dive. Yeah, we're pretty stupid.
The Thunder Blaster 5,000.
So Freddie said he's gotten so many texts how much fun people had. Thank you so much for Delco Day. I hope that I can be there, and we are in remission by that time. Go Delco. Fuck the CK upset. He's a calling devil.
Hell yeah, dude! Fucking orange and a blue.
It was funny because they had T-shirts. They had T-shirts made. It was blue,
orange and blue.
It was blue and orange.
Yeah.
And I said, as a Clifton guy, it feels weird wearing these colors, but I'll do it for you, Fred.
Dude, Delco Day 7 is going to raise $30,000, and if it doesn't, I will literally leave this county. I have already.
Well, Holbrook has an idea. He has a $30,000 insurance policy on him that doesn't have anything about fire lighting on it.
I'm going to off myself, and all the benefits go.
Yeah, it's going to leave it to him. So one way or the other, it's getting raised. Yeah.
And guess what? If you rob a bank and die in the shootout, you just take the money from me before they fucking take it away.
Take out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah. No, it's. I think we've got it all locked in. It's 15 acts. Bands at least. I mean, we're gonna have other people. It's 3 stages. It is 12 hours. It is $6.10 to get in.
We take over the entire property.
I swear, yeah, we take over Prospect Park in general. I mean, and they are in the quarterfinals. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so they could actually also be. They also maybe we could give the actual trophy ceremony if they win at Delco Day.
I want the parade, dude. I want that parade they promised us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're not rigging it for them or anything, but I would like to have a parade. We never had one before. And our presentation,
we tried to. Do you forget when Ridley won? They almost did that. One of the restaurants on McDade Boulevard, it might have been like the Lion's Head at the time or something. They tried to get, it was just a little, like the problem is they waited to the last second.
Yeah.
And then time kind of went by before they can get the okay to do a parade. So
how would they know they were going to win? It came down to like the final day.
They won. The moment they won.
Oh, okay.
They said they wanted. They messaged us the next day, said we want to do a parade. I'm like, well, you're gonna have to do this in the next 2-3 days tops. You can't it's like winning the Super Bowl. You only get a few days afterwards to do this. So, and then it was like 2 weeks later. I'm like, nah, dude, nobody's doing this. It just didn't come together quick enough.
I mean, we're gonna be presenting that live somewhere on Thursday night, sometime after 6:10. That's when it ends.
Yes.
And we'll obviously follow us. And by the way, the website won't tell you who wins. You're gonna have to tune in to find out who wins.
Yep.
Al, that's not the only thing that people did yesterday was the Freddie Mercury.
No, I heard it was a very special day.
Yeah, for who?
For the one and only Danielle right there in the corner.
What happened?
I believe she just got more awesome.
I
believe that was it. And you turned another year older, as my son will say. Did you turn another age? My son will ask. So,
did you turn another age? Wow.
Well, it's because my wife was when she smokes. She goes when she told him before, when I get older, after my birthday, and I turn another year older, I will then, stop smoking. So he keeps asking, "Did you turn another year older yet?" So that's what he asks when somebody's birthday comes up.
We used to hang out with a very dwarfy person. Yeah.
Did you say dwarf?
He was very.
Is it like an actual dwarf?
I don't know what the fucking actual phrase is for this person, or anymore. A little person.
So they're an actual. They would fall into the category of dwarfism.
He would argue that he is like a centimeter away from falling into the little person category.
Okay. Can't say the M word.
Yeah, the M with a Mary.
M with Mary,
M as a Mary.
M
as a
Mary.
Because we definitely can't say the other one.
Yeah. No, but he would always say, like, talking about his youth, and he'd go, when I was little, and we would have to stop him and ask him to not use that phrase because we couldn't stop laughing.
Such a dick.
This is a true story too. He's a piece of shit. I hope
words are like bullets.
Was it him?
It was him.
Okay.
The one who got put in timeout.
Wait, you put him in timeout, dude.
Someone put him in timeout. Someone also peed on him.
Oh, that's
he had like
is that like a hate crime?
The most raging Napoleon complex. Like literally, it was actually sad. He had the worst Napoleon complex.
Well, because you guys made fun of him so much, he couldn't.
No,
he tried to win everything.
He would intrude in conversations. He was just an asshole. He was a bad drunk, and he was obsessed with MMA. And all he would talk about is how he was like such a tough MMA guy, and he would just try to fucking.
Isn't alcohol? Isn't like a true thing like with people with dwarfism or something? Like alcoholism is like a big thing in the community.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it. So he would go around and he would like try to fucking like he would like how it's like a fight escalates from like words to whatever. Words are like bullets. He would just go after your
fucking, like bullets.
He would just go after your like knee, like a fucking chihuahua, humping you out of nowhere. And he would do it to the wrong fucking people. And like you do have the right to defend yourself. So sometimes he gets slammed or whatever. Pushed.
I learned that move from Blue Mountain State, where the guy's like. Gets in a fight with a guy like twice his size. He's like, dude, I'm gonna pound your face. He's like, I'm gonna jerk you off.
Yeah,
let's do this right now. He's like, I bet you would. He's like, I will pull it out. I'm gonna do it right now. Dude, it worked. It was great, at least on the show.
This dwarfy, fucking, he did it to the wrong person, and when he was like doing it, the dude pinned him down and peed on him.
Did he deserve to get peed on?
Oh yeah. Or
was it just because you wanted to see it happen?
No, this dude was a constant fucking problem. he has been banned from bar after bar after bar after bar. Like,
Okay.
it was, it's normally like, oh, he got in a fight, he got thrown down, and it ended. And then it's just to have him run in and go, he peed on me! He peed on me! And I was just like, what?
Really?
Why did he pee on you? It doesn't seem like someone.
Hold on. In all honesty, did he sound like? Did he sound like that?
Yeah.
Danielle can vouch for it.
Yes.
Like that was like
Yeah.
the sound of his voice, man.
Spot on impression now.
Oh
It,
wow.
it was. I'm not even exaggerating.
I want to hang out with this guy one time.
No,
Oh, no.
no, you don't.
He's
I
a
feel
time thief.
really bad because
Just say he's a time thief.
He's a time thief. He
He's a-
steals your time. by
Time
existing.
heist. He pulls a time heist on you.
Dude, one time he was just sitting there and we were I don't even remember what we were listening to. We were watching something on TV and it wasn't like a manly show
oh
or
wait,
something.
this is great.
And he literally sits there and goes like, I don't even remember what we were watching. It was something not manly. Whatever. And he goes,
Wasn't it like a game or something?
it might have been a game, but he's just like, you guys are like, and he started dropping like the FA word, like you guys are blank, like a bunch of like homos just sitting here watching this. I don't want to watch this and whatever. I'm gonna put on some music. This is some fucking like gay shit. And goes and puts on 3 fucking songs by Madonna. Like that's how like insecure he was with his macho-ness. And then he goes on and puts on fucking Madonna.
It just
I don't understand that. So
There's
he's
just a
macho,
disconnect.
but he's not too
Yeah.
not
Like,
non-macho
oh,
enough to.
here comes Pantera Metallica. I'm like, oh, it's like a virgin and fucking like a prayer.
Didn't he show up to work without shoes?
He showed up to work without shoes once.
The first day.
Tell me this about this. What did he do for a living? I mean, I really want to learn about
He
it.
is a chef that works like 2 shifts and gets fired.
So, like, he works
cook.
somewhere?
Yeah.
I might be a dick, but did he have to like stand on something to cook?
I hope so.
Little step stool.
Like I can see like a couple milk crates in front of the stove. Here's all my milk crates.
You think it's funny? I will choke you out. Where's my step stool?
I will
The
gnaw at
shoes
your
would only
ankles.
help.
Yeah. Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
I
literally
feel
the
bad.
fucking
Like
worst.
obviously, he's probably dealt with a lot of shit in his life.
He brought in
But-
his at least in his adult life, he has brought in on every problem he's ever.
I haven't seen any redeeming
Denise,
qualities.
I can see we can make this happen. I feel Delco matchmaking. Maybe we should do.
He can do a lot of push-ups.
Maybe we should do the Delco dating game. I get him on there as the male contestant. The girls have to try to win a date with him.
Oh, like the yes, yeah.
One time he did say he could do 50 push-ups in a minute, and he fucking did like 50
But
in
you're
like a
not
minute and
lifting-
10
you're not
seconds. It's
pushing
actually
up
still
that much
good.
weight, I don't feel like.
Exactly. He weighed like 85 pounds.
Yeah, but he also had tiny arms, so it kind of.
It's less distance, right? That's an argument.
Yeah,
Center of gravity's a thing.
No, I understand that, but like if you have smaller arms and less weight, or bigger arms and more weight, does that kind of even itself out?
Oh.
You know, it's like when you're doing like graphics and you get the ratio and the whole thing shrinks in just one part of it. Like, doesn't it work out that way?
Maybe the comparison I usually use is like an
I
ant.
see. Good. Yeah.
Like he can carry a lot, like compared to his weight, but his weight is small.
I mean, ants can carry 100 times their normal weight.
Yeah,
So
but they weigh nothing.
So he's an ant.
Like they
yeah, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just like
he did get called
Ants
an
probably do get
insect.
teed on a lot.
I feel it's not the
Tara
first time.
says, "Hey, I
Oh.
know you, almost birthday girl.
Hi, Tara.
She was there yesterday, right?
Say, girl.
Yeah.
Well, was she one of the pint for pint girls?
Yeah.
She had her pint for pint shirt on. She was one of those underage girls. Did you
Yeah.
tell that story?
Yeah. What was his name? Brad?
Yeah, Brad.
Brad.
Or Randy or
Ray.
whatever. Greg.
Ray.
Ray.
Forget.
So way off.
Forget.
Samsonite. We were way off. But no, like those girls look totally underage. Rock on, dude.
Thank you.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Look, it's a 30th birthday party, dude. I think we're
I was just
okay.
wondering who
Fucking
the
go,
two,
pedo. Right on, bro.
all but 2, and I was like, oh, who are the 2?
What is that?
Yeah, I want to know who he did not think. Like, I wish Ray was listening because I want to know which ones of there's like 5 of you on that
I
video.
know I didn't want to get cocky and be like, oh, maybe he thought I was young. But,
Yeah, like, oh, look at me, a guy.
but
He's
no,
like,
I could have been one of the 2.
he's like, nah, you're an old hag. I'm talking about the other 2. Like, at least narrow it down. Inquiring minds want to know.
The only
John works with Ray. Okay, here we go.
the two of
I
age.
think you know John, right?
Yeah.
You're aware of
He's
him?
all right.
You've heard of him once or twice?
The two that did.
think.
I do.
Rings
him.
it- rings
He's
a
pretty
bell.
hot.
The two that the two that weren't underage were me and Prophet. We look like old women.
Yeah.
Especially when this comes off, dude. I look like the meanest chick at the PTA. Like I'm the angriest mom at the PTA meeting.
Every time I see your haircut, I think of that Family Guy episode where he punches the guy out at the football game, and it's a girl. He's like, "Oh my god, he hit that lady. You mean he hit that man?
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's going into labor. You mean he's going into labor?"
Oh, tell us more about Danielle's birthday yesterday, Al.
I kept getting her drunk with Tito's and Red Bull.
That's
that was
a weird
fun.
sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her birthday. Got to make sure her drink is never empty. I do that for you on a common Tuesday. I don't want to hear that.
And yet I'm the enabler.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
You were never like this until the day you met me. It was all my fault. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, okay.
The first time I met you was at an event called Cliff Miss.
That's true. And I was like, so we're in the middle of Cliff. So for those who are not familiar with Cliff Miss,
Because it only happened once.
Yeah,
8 years ago. We never did it again.
But it was a band. It was bands came together in Clifton Heights around Christmas time and called it Merry Cliffmas event. And when we started, it was RDR. It was me and Pat, and we came and we met Holbrook for about 30 seconds, watched him play music, read about 5 of his social media posts, and said, "This guy's going to be the future of our Delco show." I knew it then, and I'm still kind of sure about it now.
I went on as a musical guest once, and they wouldn't let me leave. They stole my future, and they're holding my credit cards hostage.
Oh, it's not the debt?
No, there is debt though.
Yeah. Isn't that why you're hanging out in Villanova?
Oh, good tie-in.
Yeah. See, look at
that was
me.
actually one of the best fucking Passovers. I mean, not even the holiday Passover.
Yeah.
That we've ever had. Usually, it just involves a dick and fart joke from one of our sponsors.
Zing a ding ding.
Yeah, I picked up a part-time job at nights and all that shit, working at a bar in Villanova, and
because of his credit card debt.
Because of the crippling credit card debt. You know, technically it's Capital One and Chase and Visa.
They're all wrong.
Santander's fault for trusting me. They're technically they're the enablers.
How many are there? Like 5 now?
There is 4. There is 4. Well, 4. Should I just go for the 5 time?
Technically, one of them paid off another one.
And then I didn't pay it back in time, and it went up to 1.5 times the rate.
No, Holbrook, he paid off one. Then when the one was paid off, he went and racked it back up again.
Yeah. And then the worst part is during the pandemic, I paid off all but one, and then I just saw it as a challenge.
I was going to say that.
I just saw it as a challenge to run them back up.
I remember that conversation. We were doing a show remotely. Yeah. And we're sitting there, and he's sitting there kind of pounding his chest, like how oppressed he was with himself, because he's like, I haven't drank as much. And then he's like, I'm actually saving money because I can't go out because all the bars are closed. And he's like, I'm paying off all my credit card debt. Holbrook's like one of those guys, you see something crazy on the line, goes, yeah, I could use 6 of those. Oh, you need an inflatable flamingo? Sure, why not? I'm gonna get 7.
I once bought 3 foot baths at once, so that
you only have
3 different places.
Your Amazon history is probably so
tragic.
Amazing.
Is the word. Oh, it's interesting. It's it's layered. Let's start with that.
The word bedazzled comes up quite often.
It's a thing.
Bedazzled.
Well, I did that with the spray paint thing I bought the other day.
Oh yeah, for your
making a sign for Danielle's birthday.
Which I didn't know that there were so many colors in it until today.
Yeah, because the original goal was to do the pink. And then I had green and a yellow glitter that I was going to.
Were you trying to bedazzle her sign?
It was going to be a vajazzle joke.
Oh, okay.
And if you can see, it is still up there in the corner. You're not.
And I had no clue what it is. And I came in here to pick up stuff for the fundraiser. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, what the? Oh, it's Holbrook. That has to be Holbrook. I didn't even think. Why else would it? Oh, Holbrook. It just came to me. And it was funny because I was in here with Joey Sheeran, and he just starts cracking up because I didn't even finish. I'm like, why is there glitter and spray Holbrook? I didn't even take a second guess to think it was anybody else.
Who else would it be?
You were not supposed to put glitter in a spraying apparatus. It clogs it, apparently.
Oh.
Also, the bubbles we used last night.
Or your urethra. That doesn't work either.
I ate one, and
the bubbles?
Yeah,
they had to be toxic.
It left a weird taste in my mouth for a while.
It chipped the paint off my fucking car, and I slipped in the puddle.
Isn't it soap? Isn't bubbles just soapy substances?
Not this shit,
I feel like
dude.
it was oily.
Was it battery acid?
I bought a gallon for $4 off Amazon. Let's start with that.
I feel like you could have just got soapy water for $5 a 5 gallon bucket for that price.
I don't know, man.
And remember, like it was possessed. We thought the ghost of the nail was setting it off.
It literally looks like someone bukkake my car where I spilled it on top of it last night.
I feel like somebody, well, at least this time we were at the nail, you didn't get it stolen by some crackhead who drove it to Princeton, New Jersey. That's a thing that happened.
No, this car's so shitty that I actually left it running outside the nail at one point last
And
night. And no one even tried to take it.
And somebody left a note, sorry about your car.
You can keep this.
No, but speaking of the main line,
Here's $20 for gas.
I work. I took a second job at working at a bar, Kelly's in Bryn Mawr. Technically, it's not Delco. It's like the one block outside Delco, but it's a very
So they let you out.
Yeah,
Is that like your Delco probation?
It's work release.
Okay, work release. Okay.
It's like when the Mormons go and do missionary work. I go into the Lower Marion and I try to preach.
You spread the word of Delco.
They can smell the Delco and like know that I'm a worse person than them.
I feel like the young mainline people that come in there treat you like the guy on the stage at Chuck E. Cheese's, like one of the animatronic things. They're like, this guy's just hilarious. Look at him, he keeps playing the guitar. He thinks he's real funny.
No, that's a misleading concept. There's like no one from the main line that goes to Villanova bars. They're all transplants from
all the college kids.
Yeah, almost every Villanova student is North Jersey, Connecticut, or like Maryland. And there's a lot of Illinois. I know that because I had to take all their IDs. Their IDs. But no, they're really strict with that shit. I can probably point out a fake from a million miles away. Now
boobies or IDs? Because Daddy might have bought them a pair.
There's been some boobies recently, dude. When these Nova kids fucking win, dude.
When they party, they do it a party.
Dude, they fucking get wild. And you know what? They're actually pretty respectful for the most part. We have 500 people in there. Only one's a problem. That's pretty good numbers. You can go into most.
That's why they hired Holbrook. They know after one he'd be winded.
That's
I'm done.
You can go into some of these Delco bars and like there'll be 5 people in there and 19 are the problem because there's more on the way to cause problems. Like, but anyway, I was there during the fucking Nova game yesterday, and that was something. But it's there is a hood area of the main line.
Is there now?
Yeah, it's when you fucking. All right, I can explain it directly, and they revitalized it since back in the day. It's when you go down.
What do they call that?
Gentrification?
Yeah, gentrification.
No, dude, it was like you go down Darby Road, right?
Okay.
You can follow me on this. The fucking Lansdowne Avenue to Darby.
Okay.
Darby Road up to Ardmore Avenue. There's that church. You make a right. You go through the golf course, right?
Yep.
You go up over Haverford Ave and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple blocks before, like right at County Line, right before you get to Lancaster Avenue, there was this fucking really ghetto place, like area out of nowhere.
So right between there and before you hit Lancaster Ave.
Yes.
I know exactly where you're at.
And it has now been revitalized into like, that's where the Iron Hill is and all that shit.
Mm.
Like that back 10 years ago was actually a fucking terrible place, man. And it's like when it was a whole thing out there. Like, I'm from Ardmore. The nice part, like.
Yeah, every part's got its good part and bad part, I guess, right?
No. There are absolutely towns that only have bad parts and only have good parts.
I don't. Which town only?
I'm from the bad part of Springfield.
There is
Morton?
some bad.
Like, take that, Morton. I just offended 11 people. Even they're sitting there going like, "Hey, all right."
You may have a point, sir.
Yeah, there's no bad part of Springfield, right?
Where the moms aren't so hot.
Yeah. Oh, the only one I could think of is, I mean, no offense to this, Divorcee Lane.
Divorcee Lane?
Yeah, what was the name of that street? What is it? Like, as soon as you got divorced, you moved to it. It was off of West Road. You take Providence Road, go over the train tracks, and you make a left. Oh my God, was it called County something Road? It was only duplexes, and they were like month by month like leases because it was pretty much just fucking divorcees.
I don't know if Denise Matthews thinks there's what bad part of Springfield there. I want to know what. Like, when you say bad part, is it just like where the housing's cheaper?
No, it's completely fine. It's just,
or is it just because, no,
the area's completely fine.
Okay.
I'm just making dickbag jokes. No, what bad part of Radnor?
Oh yeah, there's a tough part of Radnor. It's really mean. They throw your old checkbooks at you.
Their chauffeurs.
Their chauffeurs spit on you as they drive by. It gets really ruckus there.
But dude, that was fucking fun working that Nova bar yesterday, man. I'm a little stoked for them.
It's over by the BJ's.
That's Morton.
Yeah, that is kind of Morton. Yeah. What are you trying to say to me?
It's fun. We met some people from the bar stools around here.
Oh, the bar stool people were there.
Yeah, some of them, like, adjunctly. Dude, it was cool. It was actually the first time I've had like actual like fucking like the first-hand experience of a party since the Eagles in 18.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
At what point did the person who hired you thought it was a good idea to hire you to keep people from being drunk and rowdy?
When they're desperate.
Okay, all right.
I think they hired me more as like a like Joe Flacco being on the Jets. Like you're not really there to help. You're pretty much just there to guide. Like it's like, yeah, this dude's probably seen some shit. Like it's one of those things where if a kid
There's
gets out
nothing
of
worse
line,
we can throw at him than this guy's throwing at himself.
Exactly. If these kids get out of line, like I could probably just whip out a ridiculous story off the top of my head and they'll be like, whoa, like that actually happens in bars. Like you've seen what? Al, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in a bar?
It's at its broad. No, the weirdest.
Danielle,
thing-
what's the weirdest thing you've seen in a bar? And you work at a bar.
I don't know, but like the first thing that came to my mind was the OTPHJ.
The OTPHJ.
Oh, you witnessed an OTPHJ?
Yes.
First time I ever saw that was at the movies when the chick started OTPHJ.
It's an over the pants hand job, if anyone's
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah.
OTPHJ. What was this recently?
That was
Wait, hold on. Was this to completion?
Was this your birthday last year?
No, well, I mean, was it?
I think it was. I think it was.
Did you get an OT?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was right in the middle of the whole.
Because a girl can get an OTPHJ.
That was, I think, I don't know, but you like beer bonged out of a skull.
Oh, it was after the Board of Hell show in Manioc.
Whose skull was it? We need another unsolved mystery here in Delco.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why was there a skull?
It was around Halloween.
Okay.
Was the Mad Darbarian there?
No, but I drank out of his skull before.
Yeah.
I drank out of some weird apparatus. I've been funneling. I drank out of a I drank out of a fucking shamrock hat.
I was gonna actually pull that video for some
That was
reason.
great.
Yeah.
You know, but that doesn't.
Were you wearing said hat before? Was
hat
anybody
was it?
wearing said hat?
I was.
Because that would be gross.
I thought you just found the hat.
Yeah, that makes it worse, because we don't know the lineage of the hat.
Yeah.
There's dandruff flex.
Yeah.
Oh, it tasted like hair product.
Well, there's Goldschlager has Flecks of Gold. What's that? Dangerschlager has.
Do they make Goldschlager anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I just haven't seen it in a while.
I just don't think people care about it. It had like
because Fireball came around.
it had like it had its like run, and then people were like, oh, you could. I remember they were saying like you could take all the gold out of it and melt it down, and like it'd be worth more.
There's
than a
no way
bottle.
it's like real gold.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Oh, and the gold would hit your throat and scrape your lining, and then the alcohol get right in your bloodstream. Yeah, that would be a legal product, by the way.
Just like how Jägermeister was deer blood, is what
Right.
I was told for a long time by my dad. I believed it till like maybe 5 years ago. All right, 10 years ago.
5 years ago.
5. I don't know.
Fine,
But
it was
I
five.
feel like you can't. How do I share a story that's weird that I saw at a bar when
I'm
you
sure
got
it's the
sprayed
whole
by
room.
a fire extinguisher?
I've been
like,
attacked with a fire extinguisher recently. Yeah.
Which is funny. It
Every
was not even
Sunday
by
at
the person at the
Busty's.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called the Crossfires.
Yeah.
I feel like every Sunday at Busty's,
Yeah, I don't
there's
think I
always
could
a
top-
story, but I never go out on Sundays. So
It's always something.
I don't feel like I could beat the fire extinguisher one. I mean, I've seen some like
That just not even the top 200 for me.
I've seen stuff in like club bathrooms and not club, but like bigger like in Philly bars where things get really weird. Like I've seen that kind of shit. Like I saw a girl giving a guy a blowjob in a bar at
It
in the
happens.
city. Like I mean
That's
like,
not even weird.
it's not even
Like,
weird.
a
That's what I'm
thing.
saying. It's not
Like,
weird. It's just it. And like he's sitting on the toilet and she's going to town on him.
isn't that
Blumpkin.
called? Yeah.
Is that not a Blumpkin? Is it?
Blumpkin.
Wait, what's the rusty
No,
trombone?
Blumpkin is when you
Are taking a shit and get a domer.
well, I can't say he was taking a shit, but I'm just thinking like this girl's going down on him, like staring
Oh.
at piss water, dude. Like
yeah.
that's kind of gross. And like in the toilet, like that close to the toilet seat, nah. Like I at least go out in a dumpster and do it classy.
Oh, it's a dumpster.
I've seen that. I've seen trash fucking. A lot of it's around sex. It's really weird. People are just gross. Like-
yeah.
Like it's just weird.
Yeah.
I saw a guy. Funniest thing I've ever saw. I was at a Philly bar from somebody's 21st birthday. So this was like 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And some lady was sitting across the bar. She's like chatting up. So you can tell she was a little older, a little mileage on her face. And then she's chatting up this young guy, and some guy walks in and goes, yoink, and runs out and takes her whole wig with her. Like, and she sat there with she had like this really short,
unbelievable.
Yeah. This like really short Bart Simpson looking haircut.
Oh no.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, we're not even like, it's like me being across from you guys right now. For those who can't see, I'm not really sitting next to these guys. Like, I'm just like a bar across from each other. And like, I'm not even looking. It's like a corner of my eye, just like, yoink. He says yoink. Like, I don't know if somebody dared him to do
There's
that.
another Simpsons reference.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yoink.
And then like somebody dared him to do it, or he was pissed off because he banged this old lady one time and now she's moving on. I don't know. And then I got accosted at, and somebody brought this up I think it was Denise Matthews. So many stories from the lagoon. So
my mom used to work at the lagoon for a really, really long time.
Okay. I can't tell the story then.
Oh, I don't care.
No, because I don't know who the lady was that worked there, and if it was your mom, this would get really weird.
I got thrown out there a couple times for throwing beers.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna tell the story now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I ruined it.
Yeah, no, it's probably better.
Was it her?
Yeah. How old are you again? I'm just kidding.
Wait, what does this story entail?
No. Keep going. Hold on. Thank God she said that out loud.
Let's know about the lagoon.
No. There was a lot of people who worked there.
I know, but
I know that there were some sections of it. Like, I remember I did a banquet there one time when I was like 14, and there was one room I wasn't allowed to go into.
Yep.
So it was like a swinger convention.
Yep, they've had that kind of crazy.
But I didn't know what that was at the time. I just was like, I just listened. I just didn't go in the room.
I'll tell a different story.
I had the mother whose daughter died on the table at a bar and said, "Oh, do you think we should call 911?"
Wait. So she died on the table at that bar at that moment when you were there.
You witnessed
well,
that.
it gets weirder.
It gets weirder. Okay, go ahead.
Weirder. It actually becomes more. It's better once you know the contest. We were watching the home run derby at a certain bar.
Always starts with the home run derby.
At a certain bar in Collingdale. You can deduce which one. And we're sitting there, watching the TVs, and there's a pretty okay looking chick comes in with like a nose ring and all that shit.
And you're wondering, why is she here?
Yeah, we're like, why is she here? Because this is not a place you normally meet.
Who has daddy issues?
Well, she was with her mother.
Oh,
and her mother was just a normal Delconian mother, like you just whatever. Amy Poehler could have played her in a movie. Bonner had their senior prom. Okay. So anyway, they come in and they're had a couple of drinks. Like, I'm talking like 1, 2, whatever, and they're sitting in the booth. And then all of a sudden, the mom's just sitting there, like whatever, and the daughter's head is down on the table.
And this is a pretty attractive woman.
Yeah, she's rather attractive. And she's like, it's my daughter's 21st birthday.
Did she have a house?
Oh, cool. What's up?
Did she have a house?
Oh no, that becomes irrelevant.
Okay.
So the game ends and we're just sitting there and I'm like, the chick's head's down on the table the whole time, and the mom's doing like the whole like fucking like when a wrestler's about to fucking pass out in the sleeper hold, the arm goes down.
Like Mick Foley does with people with random belts.
Yeah. So I just fucking chirped in. I was like, yo, ma'am, is like everything okay? And she goes, my daughter just stopped breathing a couple minutes ago. Do you think
a couple minutes?
And we're like, what? She's like, yeah, should we like call like 911? I was like, yes, call fucking 911.
It's not like, oh, she passed out. She stopped breathing.
Yeah.
So we did, and then the booths are weird or whatever. So they come in and they got to put her on a fucking gurney and like fucking like I don't know if they Narcan her or fucking hit her with adrenaline, but she started breathing a little bit again. And they're like, ma'am, is your daughter on drugs? And she's like, no, she never touched drugs in her life. And like, you have to tell us if she's on fucking drugs, because we're going to give her a bunch of like high fucking potent medicine, and it could react to any drugs she might be fucking doing. Like, you can't lie to us. And she's like, my daughter never touched drugs. And I was just like, I never want to narc anyone out, but I like moved the table like so they get the gurney in there. And I was like, officer, I'm not trying to fucking throw anyone in the bus. These are empty fucking heroin bags that were underneath her fucking seat.
Yeah.
Like, she's on heroin.
What's
like,
she
don't give her
never
the
touched
drugs.
it.
Like,
everybody put it in her arm for her.
Yeah, and then
so she's never touched the drug.
I don't get the logic at all.
And the mom's just like, no, it's not heroin. Those are for her nose rings. I'm like, 4 of them, and there's still heroin left in them. Like,
those are for nose rings.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, mom makes great life decisions.
Yeah. So that was a weird one, and that was literally on Monday because it was because it was the home run derby. My boy got blown in the window bar seating in there.
So hold on, Dan Wolf just posted. My boy got blown away in the window bar seating. on Iron Hill in media on New Year's Eve while everyone was getting around for the ball to drop on the street. Now, when he says blown away, was he shot?
He doesn't say blown away. You are the only one who's reading it
He
like
got
that.
blown. He got a DJ.
Blown. Oh, blown. Sorry.
You're the only one who ran away.
Yeah.
I hooked up with a fucking chick in a wheelchair at McGillen's before after I said
That was New Year's, right?
I
Yeah.
said
That's
Happy
the
New Year,
best.
Lieutenant Dan.
And she actually found it charming.
Yeah, dude, she was cute or whatever, and I was just like, you know what? She's either gonna love this or I'm getting my ass beat deservingly.
The best part about it is if she had sex with him, it would be a pity fuck for her to you. That's the best part about it.
I to this day I wonder how you bang a chick who can't use her legs.
I think you just like pick
You
her
use
up
them
out of
for
it.
her, dude. It's that simple.
I mean, like I would probably have fun with it, but like, do they? I don't know. What do you do?
you
Should've
not see how
asked.
Freddie got fingered?
Oh right, Julie gems.
Gems.
I brought you precious gems.
10,000 Deutschmarks.
Yeah.
I feel like actually like the best thing I've ever seen at a bar was the pint for pint day. Like that is the one that sticks out to me the most.
The origin
Like-
story.
It'd be funny if she came out to you and said, "This would be the worst day of my life if I was actually to have sex with you."
Oh my god. Oh god.
If I was her, like that's what I'd be like. It would be the absolute worst day, bar none, of my life.
Now you're my Vietnam.
He's still here. I don't know what that means, but all right.
The time.
The time nerd has never left.
That's still one of my favorite fucking F is for Family lines.
Right.
Where the guy tries to cripple himself to get out of Vietnam, and now he goes, now stairs in my Vietnam. Because boy, do I hate stairs. Speaking of things that no one cared about, we were talking.
Oh,
about
hold on. She was telling a story.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh, I wasn't. No, I just was mentioning like that pint for pint story.
Go tell us. So,
Tell us.
just so people know, Pint for Pint is Holbrook's band's name. So tell them how the name came about.
I feel like I should just like read the poem because that's
Oh, she did write a fucking
Like, it's-
poem.
Oh, we got poems now. Oh, okay. So
I mean,
let's-
the story is better because it makes the poem better once you. Like,
well, you're gonna do both then. Read the story, then give me the poem. All right.
Yeah.
okay. So it was.
I love how she just randomly writes poems though. But keep
no,
going.
I've written like two in my life.
Oh, both of you did them.
I've never written a poem. I write some songs.
Oh, I thought
I
you
don't
said
even know
us.
if it was what it was. I just was like I was in such a
Well,
great
tell
mood
us
the
the
next
story
day.
about
So
that, and I'll pull up the poem. I
Okay.
have it.
So we went out on St. Patty's Day last year, and we went to Cawley's. It was packed, and our friend
Packed house.
it was packed, and our friend Mullen had like I think he had shepherd's pie, and then he had a beautiful pint of Guinness right in front of him. And
So Irish that drink that meal right there. But keep going.
well, it was St. Patty's
I
Day,
know, I'm
so
just
yeah,
saying so
It's an
Irish.
Irish
celebrating.
bar.
Did they like smear like cabbage on top of it too?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, it felt like it
Okay.
was the time to do that. And Mullen commented to me, he goes, "Isn't this a beautifully poured Guinness?" And I said, "It is actually." And he took his phone out and took a picture of like the meal and the Guinness. And then this drunken, belligerent Irish guy right next to him starts like stumbling into him, and he goes, "Don't be recording no videos in here." And he starts like literally getting.
Was this guy Witsec? I mean, like seriously.
I can't do an Irish accent, but he was.
You're taking photos of me. You're taking
Yeah.
pictures of me.
Wait. So was it this guy's food?
No, it was Mullen's.
So it was the guy who was taking a picture of actual food? So this dude's taking a picture of his own meal, and this guy's upset because he thinks you're taking pictures of him.
Mullen, our friend, is taking a picture of his own Guinness
Yeah.
to upload and say Happy St. Patrick's Day. And
Oh, hell.
we'll preface this with Mullen is 6'6" and full of muscles.
Ah,
We will preface this.
I know this part. Okay.
However, because of seating standards at the time, remember we were coming out of COVID,
Mhm.
everyone had to be at like a table and sitting down. So we're all crammed into little corners.
Because
at,
only
like-
COVID goes up above 4 feet and higher.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
Yes, the science.
So we were all crammed into compact spots, and you can't really see what the whole story is with anyone. So this guy starts mouthing off to Mullen. You take it from there, Danielle.
Yeah, just like belligerently, just like yelling at him, "Don't be recording no videos in here," and he's freaking out. And then Mullen is like, "I just took a picture of my beer. I just took a picture of this. I wasn't recording any videos." And this guy is like, he's right in his face, and he's actually like, I can see the spit, like
That sounds COVID safe.
I can
Yeah,
see
right.
it like
But are you not allowed to take videos or photos? Like, is it like a rule?
I think he felt like he was disrespecting St. Patty's Day, but meanwhile, like, so was
You
everybody.
mean like every non-Irish person who puts on every green outfit, wears clovers,
I don't.
and dances around and does an Irish freaking jig? I mean, who?
Isn't the fucking like old wives' tale that St. Patrick's Day isn't even a fucking thing in Ireland?
It's like another. It's just
Like
like
they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
it's
we
like,
made
you
it
know.
up. Like us in Canada made it up.
It's like Flag Day to them. Like
we made a Flag Day.
yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, it's like
Pine for Pine Town.
Yeah.
keep
How dare
going.
you besmirch our fucking Delco holiday?
Yeah, keep going.
And after like I don't know, like a minute or so of just this, I don't know, just this him being in
What
his
time of
face.
day
and,
was this, by the way? Not to cut you off.
Like
like
8:30?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
night.
at night.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
guy was probably there all day.
Yeah.
No,
And,
we found out later he was down at another bar and had already been kicked out.
yeah, he was bombed. And what was he doing?
He
and
was
then-
threatening to fight him and be like,
Oh,
"I'm
yeah.
gonna kick your
He's like,
ass. I'm
yeah, do you
gonna
want
beat
to
your
take this
ass."
outside? Like
He
oh,
wanted to
God.
fight, and then it escalated to Brian Mullen standing up, and now he sees, holy shit, this is a giant of a man.
Yeah, like he's literally looking up at him, like.
And then he turns from "I'm going to fuck you up, I'm gonna beat your ass" into, "Well, why don't we just drink beers? Why don't we go pint for pint about
Yeah,
it?"
he was like, well, then pint for pint. He starts like slamming his beer on the bar. This beer's like splattering up. Pint for pint, pint for pint. And then glitter tits. This girl self-proclaimed. Her name's Glitter Tits. She told me that.
She gave her her own name of Glitter Tits.
She was chatting with us earlier or after, I don't remember, and she was trying to break up the situation. I don't know where the bouncers were, but it just
No bouncers.
eventually, I don't even know how it happened, but he got kicked out.
That wouldn't have escalated. Like that would have just ended with him getting thrown out.
Dumpster.
Yeah, but this dude literally went from like, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna like knock this dude out, I got beer muscles, to seeing like, holy shit, it's Goliath. And then it turns into quickly drinking contest, and then it was accepted. The drinking contest was actually accepted. And as he's yelling pint for pint, he is leaving himself. Literally, essentially just escorting himself out, yelling, "I'm going to fucking beat you up and then drink you under the table."
Can't do that. I'm going home to just cry on my pillow.
Oh yeah.
It was
nobody will
something.
get to be Lucky Charms.
But we were like, and then I had to
Holbrook
go.
was like this when he was watching it.
Joy.
Yeah.
And then we started chanting dumpster, dumpster.
The Glitter Tits, because this is kind of.
I know that's a very random wild card detail.
I know, but I want to
Here's what I
learn a
recall
little bit more
Glitter
about it. Is she a good friend, or is she just a rando you met that
never
night?
seen her in my life.
I have seen her 2 times. That was the first time.
Okay.
From what I remember about Glitter
Is she
Tits,
young, older? Give me some description.
40. Let's go with 38 to
I
40.
feel like she
Does she have?
had a little glitter
So
shimmer.
she had like her cleavage with some speckles of glitter on her
Shimmer.
cleavage.
Yeah.
Does she have a nice set of glitter
Al,
tits?
I
that
think
it
if
would
you-
be rude for me to answer that truthfully. Let's just start with.
Wait, it would be rude for you. So you're gonna lie to me? Is that what that
I
means?
feel like they would have been nice if she didn't self-proclaim.
That is exactly the way to put it. She claimed she was the type of personality that would announce that she was something, and then the more you ask her about it, it turns like, well, I'm really not. It was I am a hairdresser. And then as soon as
That
it
makes
was like
sense.
Steve Profit is a barber, and they started talking, and then just, all of a sudden it turns in like, well, I never really got my license, and I never really like did this, and it was only part time, and I actually never fucking did it in my life. Then it was I did insurance, and like, oh cool, like me too, like you, and it was like, oh, actually, like I've never actually done that ever in my entire fucking life. And then it was like, let's
So
go
she
to
just
this.
lies
She
consistently.
literally told me her name, and then she said, "But most people call me Glitter Tits." And I was like, "Okay."
I feel like they're going, oh, we're gonna have dinner with Glitter Tits tonight.
No.
And she was
Grandma Glitter
She was
Tits over
serious though.
here.
She wasn't. She wasn't kidding.
She was another one where it's just like, and another.
Was she attractive?
There was another thing where
Okay.
it was we were at Colley's Irish pub or whatever, and she said she goes there all the time, and I'm like, I don't know, I've never actually seen you before. And then she goes, yeah, I'm good friends with Mr. Colley, and points to the bartender who is not Mr. Colley.
I forgot about
We're
that.
so good friends.
Yeah,
I just pointed at anybody and call him Mr. Colley.
yeah.
Like she's just a habitual liar. She cannot control herself.
That's actually a black woman you're pointing to. I don't believe that's
Yeah.
Mr. Colley.
What part of Ireland you from, dearie?
Brooklyn.
But as he's like, this guy was screaming pint for pint, like the whole entire bar kind of, from what I remember, kind of just like
The record
stopped
scratch
doing what they
type
were
moment.
doing, and everybody was staring right.
Did everybody get around to watch the beer drink? Like,
Well, everybody was just kind of stopped what they were doing, and they were like, "Oh shit, like
You
what's
know what it
going on
reminded me
over
of?
here?
It reminded me of the Delco Day 4 video where we're walking through McGee's and then I run into Schmidt and he goes, car bomb, bro chacho. And like
Yeah.
everyone turns around like, ah!
Yes.
It's like that. That was a great video, dude.
My grandma. Miss you, grandma.
See you at the crossroads.
Oh god.
But that's how Pint for
Is it
Pint
funny
got
like the whole
started.
story? I just want to learn more about glitter tits now. You guys tell such good stories. Wish I had such good stories like that.
Seen some shit.
That
So
was-
where I want to know where the poem is.
I had the poem here.
So like the next day, I don't write poems actually. I don't
But
know.
this,
But the next
this
day, I was
moment
just
inspired you.
I was in such a great mood the next day when I woke. I was definitely
Who
hungover.
wouldn't be a good mood after witnessing this?
Yeah, my
this-
hangover was really intense, but I just kept
Was it
replaying the
really?
night.
Because
Yeah,
I'm like, even this year, like the videos of me chugging out of a hat obviously don't help, but it's just because it's
I feel like my tolerance got a lot better since hanging out. With
You know, I
people
feel
this
like-
year.
I feel
Guinness
like
doesn't leave me hungover.
I feel like this is a monumental moment in time. Like, oh, the Berlin Wall get ripped down.
Yeah.
Oh, pint for pint
Pint for
happened.
Pint was born.
Yeah, like,
But that wasn't decided to be the name for a while. But it's like it's just so perfect.
and like anytime anybody argues about anything in our group now, I even do it at home. And me and my wife go back and forth. I start pounding my fist on the can, going pint for
Pint
pint,
for pint.
pint for pint.
The moment needed to. It was like when you have a dream and you like forget it the next day, but you wish you would have just written it down, but like you're not going to actually do that. And that's kind of how I felt in the morning. I was like, I just want to memorize. Like I might still be drunk, but I just want to memorize this exactly how it happened because this was just like the
You were
greatest.
encapsulating this moment in time
Yes,
in your
that's
written
exactly.
word.
And there's,
You're like the prophet Danielle.
yeah, yes, me.
Pint for pint, according to the prophet
Yes.
Danielle.
And
Sunday,
this
so we
poem,
can do a
there's
little
like no
biblical stuff.
exaggeration. Like this is exactly how.
Let
it
her
happened.
read. I want her to read it.
You want to read it, or you want me to read in my my Irish voice?
Let
I don't-
Danielle read it.
You
I
want to
don't
read it?
care.
She
You
wrote
read
it.
it.
Let the author read it. We've never had an author read their own stuff. on
Yeah,
our
the
show.
one time we interviewed an author that
we all
wrote-
fell asleep during the interview.
No, I was talking about
no.
the poet, the chick who wrote poetry that asked if I was back in jail,
Oh yeah.
and then we talked about celebrity sex tapes.
Yes.
Your part should be don't be recording the
Oh no, you got it. You
I
got
can't.
it.
No, you'll do the accent better.
I can't fuck it. I don't have a copy of it. You have the only thing.
I remember it.
Do you?
Oh,
really?
wow.
I had to write it.
She memorized it.
All right. So we'll
I believe
start
this
out.
might be the vows at her wedding too.
A pint for pint blessing.
Like
Go for it.
gone on out on St. Patty's Day. Green shirts and shamrocks on display. Car bomb here, JMO there. The sound of laughter filling the air. Then the hammer dropped in the form of a fist, shaking the bar as the Irishman hissed.
There you go.
Don't be recording no videos in here. Dude, I just took a sip of my beer. But he would not hear it as he began to get bolder. No logic could lessen the chip on his shoulder. Then with a shake of a fist and a twitch of the eye, drunken spitter spatter provoking the guy twice his size. This must be settled, and if not by a fight, we'll resolve this as men. Pint for pint. I don't even write poems. I don't know, but it just
I feel
it was,
so tingly all over. It's like I don't even know a good poetry guy because I would make a joke because they move over or whoever, but I don't. I'm from Clifton, so
It's spectacular.
yeah.
It's spectacular. She also
actually
wrote-
the next verse was going to be some heroes wear cape. Wait, no. I wrote it down, but I erased it because it was just perfect as is. But something like some heroes wear cape, but some just wear glitter.
So
Not all heroes
is
wear
glitter
capes.
tits still
Some
around?
just wear glitter.
I
never
haven't.
seen
I
her.
saw her one time since then.
That was St. Pat. When was that? A year ago, St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
The mystery of glitter. Like, do you think we can get those guys from this adventure thing to find glitter?
Yeah, that's
She drowned in her own
Dude,
sorrows.
can we do a Delco Live wearing Delco's glitter tits?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then
Let's
see if people
Carmen Sandiego.
see if people can just start connecting the dots.
I still think she's probably only like one friend removed from like knowing someone who fucking knows who she is.
Mr. Colley.
Yeah.
Mr. Collier. Mr. Collier, who's not Mr. Collier.
Yeah.
Whoever that bartender who was telling her that he was Mr.
It
Collier.
was Irish James who went back to Ireland.
He probably brought her in the back room. Come back with me, glitter tits.
He's
Oh, Mr. Collier, it's okay.
he's the best one. Remember during the Collies versus Dolan's fucking feud of 2018, where he obviously was mad that Collies was losing to the fake votes or whatever, but he went on a tirade And I just remember people going like, huh. You know, I don't agree with Colley's, but I do love the fact that he's using the word cunt a lot. By the way, I called someone a mainliner the other day. I called him the C word, and he said,
I gotta go to the C word if he just said it.
Well, he was being an asshole to me, so I called him a cunt, and he said, "Oh, what?" And I realized it was the first time he's ever been called a cunt, and it made me so happy.
Well, dude,
it made it a million times better.
You popped his C word cherry.
Yeah.
He popped his cunt.
Yeah, took his cunt virginity.
I've done that to a couple cunts in my lifetime.
Jesus Christ.
They were never the same again.
I've never stolen a V card. Or taken a V card, I guess.
Stolen.
Yeah.
That sounds little.
I've never taken a V card.
Rapey.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
Even like the first time?
Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, I guess that counts, right?
I don't know. It's
my
like,
first time. I can say yes. Then yes, I did but does it count if both V cards are being
does
exchanged?
Does it cancel out?
Yeah, because are they? If pop, all right. Let's start putting some polls out here for this poll question. Is it taking a V card if you're both losing your V card at the same time?
I think it is because I think
but
it
then
is.
everybody, well, not everybody. I guess not everybody loses their virginity
because
because
it'd be
somebody
like,
is already a
this
virgin.
person has my virginity, but like if they lost,
But you also have theirs, so you both still have virginity.
No, it's like you were like if yes, if you're both losing your virginity, that's taking it from one or the other. You're both taking it from each other.
I guess the question is,
have
you ever taken more than one virginity? Wait, no, that doesn't even work. No, because the person that's assuming that the person.
But hold on. This is a good question though, because yes, I see what you're saying, Holbrook. Yeah, you're taking it, but
yeah,
the whole point is when you're taking somebody else's virginity, you've already had yours taken. So does taking a V card count if yours is still intact at the point?
What?
I do know what you're
You know
saying.
It's not a transferable thing.
No, no. But what I'm saying is,
if two virgins fuck each other, they have taken each other's V cards.
Yeah, but
we lost our virginity together.
So like
something.
My point is, when you take somebody's V card, for those who are just tuning in, let me explain what the V card is. If you're not sure, it's when you literally take somebody's virginity. If you didn't figure that out yet, if
it's pretty standard.
Yeah, if you still have your V card, if she still has her V card, does it count?
If two virgins fuck each other, they take each other's V cards.
Yeah, but I feel like it doesn't count.
So you think it's like just not worthy enough? Like
I don't know.
It's not. It doesn't have the machismo behind it.
It's like playing the trial part of the video game before you actually get into the meat of the game.
The meat.
It's not like that's not at all what it's like.
There's more of like a punch.
I mean,
to it.
I still had my V card at the time because Camp Counselor Steve kept telling me I didn't have it, but I still had my PV card, but not my AV card.
Yes. Oh God. Oh God. No, dude, if you bang a virgin, you have taken their V card.
I don't know who's saying this to, but you can take mine, time nerds.
I guess when you're thinking if the playing field's uneven, like if
that's
one
my thing
person's
is like
then maybe it should be called something different. I don't know.
It's like the exposition game before the season starts.
It's not a Sherpa leading you up Mount Everest. It's just fucking. It's like, oh, I have banged before. Oh, I have not. Would you like to bang? Yes. Sweet. Okay. Cool. V card. Punch, please.
If you hit a home run in spring training, you don't count that home run on your record for the season, right?
No. What is this metaphor to?
Like if you are a virgin and you take somebody else's virginity, it's at the same time. It doesn't count.
It's not multiplying two negatives equals a positive.
Because then I at least have one V card that I'm aware of.
So I guess your question is, have you ever taken a V card that wasn't mutually taken by the other person?
Yeah.
Like did you ever take
doesn't
somebody's
count.
V card?
All right, so the first time I had sex, me and my girlfriend both were virgins at the time.
Then you took her V card.
And
she took yours.
But does the V card taking count?
It's not offsetting penalties, Al. It is not offset. This is not a referee thing.
So I think it counts. But I think you want to know.
Yeah, does it count more if you take it? Like when somebody says, do you take a V card? It's like when you are not the virgin, but you're having sex with the virgin.
Yeah,
so,
all right.
Yeah, like how many cards do you have in your wallet?
As far as I know, one. Like if I go back to all the girls I've had sex with, which isn't a lot, my wife's
zero.
So even
I mean,
your first time was
according-
your first time with a person who wasn't a virgin?
That was both of our first times, so I guess I have
You have
one. But by
one.
your standards,
By
it doesn't count.
By Holbrook's standards, yes. By my standards, it's an expedition game. So
It was spring training.
it's spring
apparently.
training of V cards. It's like learning how to play Pokemon and then actually getting into Pokemon. It was
Vergisaur,
Vergisaur.
Prudadactyl, Pika-Ew,
Jizzlypuff.
I'm done. Jizzlypuff. I'm done.
Jizzlypuff
Oh,
takes
God.
the fucking cake on that. Speaking of
You're
cake,
gonna make me collect them all, are you?
gotta catch them all.
Oh God! Catch
gotta
them all.
swipe them all. Speaking of pint for pint and cake, does it count if with your mother if you were inside? Wow.
Oh God!
Wow.
But it's not her V card
Yeah,
because she's not a virgin, Avi.
unless it's the Virgin Mary.
Oh God!
I mean, but yeah, Pint for Pint became a band, and there was cake, and they played at Danielle's birthday yesterday at the Rusty Nail.
Yeah,
It
with a
was so
great
much
sign that
fun.
said "Happy Birthday, Danielle."
Yeah,
Danielle.
That was not expecting that.
Danielle.
we paid Delco Times to proof check the sign.
Twice.
Yeah, HAPYBIR.
It only got worse every time.
Yeah. Rusty Nail, fun place, fun
That
times.
was so fun. That was awesome. That was
Play-
my favorite birthday I've ever had.
We
My
play-
favorite birthday I've ever had.
There's 5 bands, 3 of them ran away, and then there's Uncle Dan. They were
Pint for
fucking
Pint
amazing.
came on. We all just got the hell out of Dodge.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's the best way to do it. It's a great time. Fun had by all.
A little surprise. Got up there. Didn't tell Danielle. Wanted to go up there.
Yeah,
and
that was
surprise
such
her.
a good surprise to see.
It was
you
so
involved.
funny. Like I come
And
behind
Prophet
somebody's
and
shoulder
Amber.
with like this creepy look, like "Hi, Danielle," and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy." Everybody's like, "Who's the creeper, dude?"
Yeah, that was awesome.
Are you? Did you get everything you wanted for your birthday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that I'm telling you, that was my
What
favorite
did
birthday.
you like? Any presents? Did anybody get you anything good besides just multiple drinks and a bad band?
Yeah, cake.
Now,
Amanda
4
brought me
bad
flowers.
bands.
And,
Sorry,
Yeah.
4.
Uncle Dan was great.
I love Uncle Dan. Yeah.
Are you upset that you did not get a Badonkadonk Land Cruiser?
Oh, that's the thing.
What is that?
Oh, we're gonna learn all about the Badonkadonk Land
That
Cruiser.
is the thing. We're going into that now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
go
that
into
shitty
it.
country song.
All right, here you go. Oh yeah.
Al, just whip out you got the picture of the greatest
I'm
fucking
blowing it up so it'll be a little bigger. There we go.
the greatest. This is a real fucking thing.
So explain what it's supposed to be.
This is supposed to be an actual moving vehicle that has its own defenses. That is clearly someone just got high and tried to make the Jawa ship from fucking the original Star Wars. It was originally built for a Burning Man event, as you can probably tell, and they made
Because they were
multiple
high as
copies of
shit
it.
when they did this.
And they retail for $20,000, and they are recipients of some of the best Amazon and eBay reviews of all time.
Here's some of their sweet,
It's like an ironclad.
sweet
Yeah. Oh yeah.
arsenal of weapons they had.
Now,
What?
I'm just going to. I literally have not proofread some of them. One of them in here I know is something that actually got me to piss myself laughing in 2007.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Like this is you
Real.
can get this on Amazon,
You can buy this for $20,000,
and it's called it's called a.
It is called the JL421 Badonkadonk Land Cruiser.
I mean, Holbrook, if it goes fast enough, it'd still be like it's a step up from your actual car.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
It's newer.
yeah. 2004.
Yeah. This is from 2006.
Is that
2006.
on water or land?
What's up? That's the desert.
Oh, okay.
This is from David Bishop, who bought one.
How much do they retail for?
20,000.
Okay, you said that. Okay.
$19,999 to be
Okay.
exact.
Oh, discount.
Yeah.
This is what David writes about his experience with the Badonkadonk Land Cruiser.
Is that David?
That is not David. I don't know.
It
It
could
could
be.
be. What a deal. The Donk covers all the must-have features required for those of us trapped and isolated in the soft, liberal, well-fed backwaters of Marin County, Arizona. Here, the donk makes excellent road paste of all those creepy little sissies with their spa-scented milfs on their way to whatever trendy therapist they're screwing that week, and the voice-activated acoustic cannon certainly helps clear the way. The Road Warrior Supremo 6000 tires, which are standard, firmly grip the largest nuisance one rolls over. This dude doesn't get it writing. And the hydraulic load levers take out even the slightest trace of having crushed just about anything, including those new Beamers with those ridiculous unibody frames. Save my ass. A few downsides. The fuel truck towing harness could use a little bit more stability. Hard cornering tended to slosh kerosene over adjacent traffic. Outriggers here would be handy. The optional wet bar tray needs to be a bit wider, as no more than 2 square quart bottles can easily fit into it, considering that I haven't seen my lap in the last 20 years. There's not too many places for the spare soldiers, if you catch my drift. Oh God. That wasn't that good.
I like how he reads and goes, never mind.
That wasn't that good. I've been at war with the other guys in the cul-de-sac for a while. One of them started running over people's cars with his H1 Hummer. In response, the guy 2 doors down bought a decommissioned Soviet-era tank. When he went to battle with the H1, he missed and smashed another neighbor's house. Well, I don't have the money for a Soviet tank or a Hummer, so I contented myself to building moats and fortifications and purchasing a mortar launcher. It was minimally useful, as the neighbors kept running over my Ford Escort when it would come back from the shop. So then I happened upon the Badonkadonk. Finally, an affordable battle tank. I bought it, and it arrived a few weeks later, just after the neighbors had breached my security moat by smashing my next-door neighbor's house. The homeowners association wouldn't let me run my moat between our houses. Too close together, it would cause a safety hazard. You know how those things are. So the Badonkadonk arrived in front of the smoldering ruins of my home, seething with anger and desire for revenge. I hopped in and slowly brought it up to top speed. Unfortunately, when it collided with the H1 just drove over me, severely denting the Badonkadonk, and the Soviet tank crushed the Badonkadonk. The sound system was pretty sweet, though.
Question, Prophet is chiming in here. Will Smith just slapped the shit out of Chris Rock live on the Oscars.
Yeah, apparently it was fake.
Okay.
Did you not think that would be fake?
Yeah, I would. I'm just wondering if
it's going to have, this is all pathetic. Pathetic. Will Smith's above that. Chris Rock is also above that, actually.
I don't know. What has Chris Rock done lately?
I don't know.
What was the last thing Chris, maybe
Grown Ups 2 or whatever?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he's still got a good, he's still Chris Rock. I had been living in my Badonkadonk for 3 months after my wife kicked me out of the house for not lifting the toilet seat. Things were fine the first few months, but after the second month, I began developing a wheezing cough, which the doctors say is being caused by the new construction materials in my Badonkadonk leaching formaldehyde in my. I don't know what that means. Now my hair is falling out. My lungs are in distress. I suggest you leave the windows on your donk open to air to air it out every few hours if you plan on living in it for an extended period of time. 4 stars. I don't even know what this one means.
I'm trying to see if I can pick up a video of this. Keep going.
This or a Prius. Okay, so think about this seriously. Just look at the thing. The shape is just not cool. The way it has the steep slope along the sides, and of course that stupid wedge shape along the front. Performance-wise, it sucks. Imagine trying to drive any distance in one. It just looks uncomfortable. The reviews talk about a powerful motor. It runs on unleaded fuel and puts out lots of watts, but I can't bring myself to do it. At some point, you have to accept that driving one of these things will identify you as a plonker.
A plonker?
The world and his wife will see that you have no idea about modern technology. You have no taste, and you don't understand the value of things today. I finally made my decision. I won't have a Prius. Does that mean he bought the fucking thing?
I think so.
I have no clue.
He was just.
I feel like Holbrook's next credit card is going to get jacked up $20,000.
Yeah, that's going to be in the cart.
Pros: underbody lighting and overhead body storage. Retro Jules Verne style, reminiscent of the Macintosh G5 tower. Optional lawn mowing undercarriage. Cons: cannot maneuver through fast food drive-thrus, even the ones you have to circle in the parking lot 4 times to get into. It cannot fly. The all-metal construction is incapable of providing any sort of defense to an attack from Dr. Magneto. The backing up beep, beep, beep can only be heard 4 blocks away. No cup holder.
No cup holder.
Yeah.
I feel like you could fix that by installing a cup holder.
You could probably put a cup
Yeah,
holder.
you can probably.
Oh, no.
I mean, I was trying to find pictures of the inside. Does the Amazon have inside interior?
They
pictures?
do not. It is mostly just the picture you have up there. Thursday was National Cheesesteak Day. It's Cheesesteak Day, Al.
Yeah.
And none of our fucking followers cared.
Maybe they're like us. We're tired of having that argument because people only talk about the cheesesteak they have 4 blocks from their home.
Yeah. That was we used to do one episode a year and like one post a year where I'd be like, we will finally talk about like whatever you want to do. Otherwise, go to the adult.
And it always is a good one. I guess this one they finally like whatever. I feel like National Cheesesteak Day kind of took a backseat all around this year. It wasn't as big as everybody. Oh, I had a cheesesteak today.
Yeah, it usually comes on with more fanfare. I don't know if COVID set it back, but yeah, a couple years ago, dude, this was a big day. Even the news was like they remembered it at like noon. There's like, oh shit.
I think we should at one point, not anytime soon, but at one point this year, do a cheesesteak tour. Of course, when we're not doing our diet, and just
that's not going swimmingly for me, by the way.
No, are you gaining weight?
I started out real strong and kind of lost fucking control. Just like my life. Just like my life.
I'm doing okay. I'm actually doing
Speaking
all right.
of reviews,
Yeah.
remember when you showed me that book, How to Eat Fried Furries?
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That's
Is that a thing?
I don't know. It kind of is. It's like a satire,
Yeah.
I guess. But the reviews on that, like, you like just look at those.
The banana slicer, we did the Amazon one. Did like a
That was
couple,
a great one.
couple.
Oh, that
episodes
was
ago.
awesome.
Yeah, some of the Amazon one, like
Yeah, like what are the?
I told you, like I used to get emails all the time people would ask questions about the items that I bought, and then like most of the time it's pretty innocent. Does it, how long does the battery last on this thing? If you use it constantly, all that kind of stuff.
What is it? Did you buy vibrator? Like, what?
Was it a wet rabbit?
No,
Was it a shower thruster?
The question I got that really was weird. It was like my son, DJ Marshmallow or Mellow, or whatever, you know who I'm talking about, right? The guy with the giant marshmallow hat on his head.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name.
So he was in Fortnite. That was like the big thing that he did. They do like a live concert in Fortnite.
Okay.
I think Ariana Grande did one too at one point.
I remember this, yeah.
So of course my 6-year-old, he wanted to be DJ Marshmallow for Halloween. And if for those who don't know DJ Marshmallow, Lily has this big white marshmallow looking helmet on him.
X's fries.
It has is X's fries?
I
I don't know.
X's fries. I don't know.
I think you're thinking of the what's that movie? The one where like you're allowed to commit murder for a day.
Oh, The Purge.
The Purge, yeah, the Purge mask look like. But like it has like you can see through the eyes. But the guy's a DJ, the famous DJ who does, and he calls himself DJ Marshmallow. And so my son got this whole outfit, like this white outfit, the hat, the jacket, the whole 9 yards. And this lady sends like a question in, and then they email and ask me, and it said, do they use such and such chemical, something, such and thing on the foam in the mask? And I'm like, what? So I respond back with, well, I just set out for chromatography over at NASA, and I'm still waiting back my results. But once I do, I will share it with you. Like, I wanted this whole like scientific spiel. And then there was never again asked to do it again.
Yes.
I think I pissed somebody off. Oh, it's just marshmallow, according to Ian Fitzmyer. Sorry, it's just
This Chris Rock fucking Will Smith shit is the fakest shit I've ever fucking
Should
seen.
I pull up the video?
No, it's fucking stupid.
Huh?
And they're like, oh, there's like a back thing to it. He fucking all right. Apparently, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith don't got fucking real hair because whatever, she just doesn't have real hair.
Okay.
So Will Smith went up and fucking slapped him, and it's literally the most orchestrated fucking thing ever. And the cameras were in place perfectly for the entire exchange. Come the fuck on, dude, society. Come the fuck on. Clearly, this is some bullshit to bolster whatever. And they got it because I clicked it and I fucking saw it.
Yeah, well, Prophet sent me the video. Yeah, like you said, like the camera's all the way back to the back of the backside of Will Smith. He slaps him across like the old movie style. Somebody had to have a camera phone going so they can show you how probably fake it is.
It's on stage. It's the Oscars. They're literally getting awards for how good they played pretend. It is fucking scripted and fake.
So that's a good point. Time Nerd saying, or it was just staged between the two of them.
Probably.
Yeah.
It could have been. Chris Rock needs to fucking get back in there, man. You got to compete with Dave Chappelle and all that shit with like the kind of shock fucking shit. This is it. It's a good way to get back in the headlines. It's gonna be all over fucking Entertainment Weekly. It makes Will Smith look like a good guy. It makes Chris Rock look fucking edgy. It works out for both of them.
All right, whatever. I mean, I really could care
Give a
less.
fuck.
I feel
Fuck
like it's
them.
like not even a good enough story. Like
Exactly.
Well, I'm like I was actually tired
I've
of the
got
Will.
9 texts about it since it happened. Like I don't give.
Have
a
you
fuck.
seen like the video that traveled around Facebook all the time with Will Smith? Like, doesn't Jada Pinkett Smith have her own like talk show or something?
yeah, it's like red table talk.
Yeah,
Something
something like
like
that.
that.
Like, I think it was like the first
It always shows up.
Facebook show. Like Facebook started launching their own shows, like episodic shows, and she was one of the first celebrities to have like their own show on it. And she interviewed whom else? Will Smith, and they talked about like the rough times they had. Like he was just not at times a great father, or they would fight a lot, or And I think did one of their kids like have a sex change or something like that?
I don't think so.
What, the Smiths?
Yeah,
The one is like non-binary or
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
it is,
Willow.
something like that. Like, and that was something they were going through, and then he just starts crying, dude, and I'm like, how many times is this video going to come up on my feed? I don't
Is
care.
that what the meme is of Will Smith crying?
What's up?
There's I think there's a meme of Will Smith crying.
Or is that the Michael Jordan one you're talking about?
There's the
There
Will
is a
Smith one crying
Yeah.
from.
I wonder if it's from that.
Could be,
Oh,
could be. But
don't know.
I feel like there's memes
know.
about that show. I've seen like
is that it, Holbrook, for the night? Or we got
That's
recovered?
all I got, dude. We're competing with the Oscars. This Will Smith fucking bullshit's
Yeah.
nonsense. There's a shooting outside of Mixers.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll throw all the eggs out there. Mixers alleged that we were fucking racist in 2019.
So for those who are not familiar with Mixers, it is a bar. Was that Havertown, I guess?
Yeah, it's the old W.C. Murphy's 1919, or whatever you want to call it.
It's an upstairs bar. Yes, and we did the most Delco bar bracket.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know they exist. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They had absolutely no fucking social media presence. They
Yeah.
are not listed on Google. If you fucking saw those contests, we were very thorough about matchups and getting everyone included. They have no.
So you
presence.
did create 2 bars in a one.
I fucked that up,
Yeah.
but that worked out as a playing game
Yeah.
anyway, and worked out for both of them because they both got the main event the day before. So the assistant manager or whatever reached out to us on their personal Facebook page because remember they don't have a fucking Facebook page or a Yelp or a fucking like anything. And I want to say they might not even
Google presence.
I want to say they might not have actually been fucking open yet or like legally open yet. Like they couldn't have a presence, but they were just like, is it because it's mostly a minority bar? And I was like, what the fuck is your bar?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
And I was like, we have plenty that are from like minority areas and like your Dixons, which the crowd is mostly African American, and all the Chester ones. I was like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, I've never heard of this place called Mixers before, and I'm a bar rat, and I go to Frankie's all the time, and they're just like, it's fucking whatever. I'm like, look, it was not intentional, and we'll absolutely include you next time or whatever. And they were fine with it. It ended like mostly hospital bill, like mostly
Hospitable.
Yeah, hospitable.
And it ended in the hospital with the bill.
But
Yeah.
then we never did the fucking bracket again anyway. So whatever, it opened, and dude, it is a fucking club, man. I've seen the videos. I fucking
Check out their Instagram.
oh dude, yeah, check out some of those videos.
The
And
14-minute long commercial.
And I ran into someone who is a higher up there recently, and they brought it back up almost like we never squashed it. And I was like, dude, like number one, we didn't do the thing again, and like fuck you a little bit. But we ended that hospitable again. And there was now a shooting outside of it in the McDonald's parking lot behind it with some individuals. I don't understand what the fuck it is. They don't have a liquor license, so it's just like a BYOB like hookah lounge.
But you still need don't you still need some sort of liquor license to be a BYOB?
Well, they only provide mixers. So you bring your vodka and they will mix it for you or
Oh.
whatever.
Yeah, but you're not allowed. You have
Yeah,
to
there
to
has
have
to be some
alcohol
sort
in
of
your
license.
establishment in the
Yeah.
state of Pennsylvania.
You got to have some sort of
You have to have
license.
either a BYOB license
right.
or something along those lines. Like
And-
you can't just be like, because people used to try to do loopholes back in the day where like you could pay an entrance into a club, they'll call it, and the entrance gets you in. Oh, you get free beer, but your entrance fee is going to be $100. Like you're not paying for the beer.
Right.
Some strip clubs used to do that back in the day too because they couldn't get liquor license, but they wanted to be strip clubs, so they would do a BYOB and go get that license because. I think don't quote me on this. This could have changed. And it may be a question to ask somebody who owns a bar or something. But I believe I think there's only a certain amount in the area in Pennsylvania you can have liquor license. Like once they're
Every township is limited, whatever it is.
it's a certain amount. But I guess based on their
It's like Ridley Park can only have X amount ever.
yeah.
And
Until
Upper Darby
somebody
can only
sells
have
it.
whatever. Yeah.
Till somebody sells it, or passes it on, or loses it somehow.
They don't essentially don't sell it. They kind of put it up for bid, or they include it with like a sale of something else.
Mhm.
And that's what the big fear about bar owners recently is if let's say if something happened to our park, they closed, right?
Mhm.
Their liquor license would go up for sale, and Wawa's just going to outbid anyone for them because they have corporate money.
Mhm.
So they're nervous they're going to lose liquor licenses to Wawa's, and that's going to be a whole thing, kind of Walmarting the bar industry around here. But they apparently W1919 had a liquor license. I don't know what they did with this one. But there's a shooting. Someone got shot in the foot, and then the community pages of Haverford and Havertown fucking blew up.
Yeah,
because it was all this is a nuisance bar, blah 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 blah. They had all these complaints, and then mixers didn't really help themselves because they didn't take down some materials on their social media, which they finally have. By the way, they went from 0, like when they were accusing us of that shit, to like 4 things an hour. They are very active. But there's some they have footage of people partying the night that the shooting happened, which is like you should probably take that down. That could be evidence. And then they started a fight online with Barnaby's Havertown about fuck you, what do you pay for security? I'm like, well, isn't that a thing? But yeah, that's them. That's mixers.
Yep,
I'm sure we'll hear from them.
Yeah, we're gonna hear you racist D bags again.
Yeah.
It's our fault we didn't know they exist.
Yeah, literally, we did that work so fucking thoroughly. Like we would have included them.
And they would have lost their first round. Let's just be honest. Nobody knows they existed. If we didn't know they existed, there's a good chance, unless you lived in the neighborhood, you didn't know they existed.
They would have gone, if I could tell you right now, they would have gone against Frankie's Cafe, Manoa Tavern, or Westgate Pub, and I don't think they were going to beat any of them. Guys, Will Smith just smacked
Yeah, it's fake. It's what we're being told it's fake.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And let me ask you a question. Say it's not fake. Let's just play devil's advocate for a moment.
Okay.
Do you still care anymore?
No.
No.
Not at all.
I don't know why. The story is just so boring.
It's
not compelling to me at all.
Yeah. It's fucking dumb. They're actors. Everything they do is a fucking act. Like, Will Smith is there to get an award for fucking playing a role. Like,
yeah, what's his movie? At least he's actually, I just saw a picture. I saw the video. I watched it real quick. Is it just me or is Chris Rock looking more like Ernie Hudson?
Yeah, dude, he's
Is it just because
time has not been great to him? I mean, yeah, he's getting old, man. He's probably in his 60s.
No, really?
If he was in his 20s in the 80s, he'd be in the high 50s.
I say at least 50. Yeah.
Yeah, if he was in his 20s in the mid 80s, yeah, he'd be about 55 to 60. Yeah, let's not.
I know
go
Will
60.
Smith is, I think, 55 because he went to my mom's elementary
57,
school.
yeah.
57.
Yeah, but like the mustache and the haircut,
yeah,
Chris Rock is looking like Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Like after seeing him in Ghostbusters, it's almost like, oh my god, yeah, they're like identical.
People are literally arguing with me, like it's totally real. Like, are you fucking serious?
Not insulting Winston. Look at it here. I'm actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pull this picture up. You guys can tell me if Chris Rock does not look like a little bit of a younger Ernie Hudson. I just saw a bunch of images, and there's one. It's like he had a mustache, and he had kind of the grayish hair.
Will Smith won for Best Actor, by the way, tonight.
Here it is. I got it. I'm gonna do this one. Save.
for this the
Was
Serena
this
Venus
before or
Williams.
after the
Of course, I won't
after.
save. Gosh darn! I can't remember this one.
He won for Best Actor for the Venus and Serena Williams movie that I'm not gonna say
I want
remember.
to.
I literally just don't remember like any of the movies that came out this year. There we go. Oh God, and now my brother.
It's also like I feel like the movies aren't even real anymore. Like nobody goes out.
Aren't the
Rarely do
movies
people
not
go
real?
out to the movies now.
Well, I go to the movie. I mean, I've gone to a couple movies.
But it's like not the same way it used to be.
I can't save any of these pictures. God damn it! I'll just have to share the screen. Hold on 1 second.
do it.
There we go. Let me do this. Great radio when there's nothing going on. Why can't I see this? What the hell did it go? Tab. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Chris Rock. There you go. Tell me that he doesn't look like a Ernie Hudson in that picture. Or like there's an even better one, like where it's like
All right, don't know who is Ernie Hudson.
Ghostbusters. It's the best one.
Winston Vettimore. That's who it was, right?
Winston Zeddemore, yeah. Here's another one. Here, I'll pull him up.
Looks sassy.
Pull him up. Here we go. Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A wee bit.
there's like
I think it's the gray and the mustache. He never had a mustache like that. Ernie always did.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Yeah.
I went off on a tangent on nothing.
It's completely fine.
happens.
It's a special Sunday episode. It's to keep the streak alive.
Yes, it was, Fred. I will agree with that. Ghostbusters 3 was an epic movie.
Was that the official name of it? The one with Paul Rudd?
Yeah, well, it's the third one in the series they're calling it. They call it Ghostbusters Afterlife. So it wasn't really have the number 3, but it was actually a very good movie. So made me cry.
Oh.
Oh, my son, even my 6-year-old told me, he goes, "That was the best movie I've ever seen."
Oh. Well,
Like,
that,
all
was,
right.
that was genuine that time.
Yeah. Actually, and I was out since we're talking about movies. I went to, since the pandemic, I've been to 3 movies. I took little guy to go see Shang-Chi when I first came out, the Marvel martial arts movie, which was like very cool, by the way. I was like, I had no idea what I was getting into when I went in that. That was very cool. Like visually, if that didn't at least win for visual effects, it's all rigged. No, and then I went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was like around Thanksgiving that came out. Then I just saw recently the new Batman movie. By the way, went in there with a clean slate. Wasn't sure I was going to think, especially about the dude, Robert Pattinson, who played. He was all the,
Yeah.
for all you girls out there, you know who he is. He was one of the Twilight guys.
I do like him.
He was the vampire guy. I'm like skinny, scrawny guy, like kind of playing Batman, Bruce Wayne kind of character. I wasn't really all about it. But then again, I wasn't about Heath Ledger playing the Joker, and he knocked it out of the park. It's actually a very good movie.
Well, we've been told that by your friend Zach, was it, at Posties?
Oh, what about it?
That Batman was just, he really sold it. I wanted to see it. Like, this one.
Yeah, I've only heard positive reviews. Everyone's ranking it as like the 3rd best Batman ever.
Yeah, it's a very different spin, very darker, very grimier. But it was definitely a good movie.
Yeah,
So.
I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, check it out. The funny thing is, I think they already announced, like, literally the day it came out, it said, if you don't want to go to the movies to see it, you can wait like 60 days and watch it on HBO Max.
Yeah, that's what
It'll be out on HBO Max by like mid-May.
And that's the other thing killing it is like shit is just going like at Jackass is only in theaters for like 6 days essentially.
Well, Ghostbusters Afterlife came out literally the weekend, the Friday before Thanksgiving, which is like the 20th or 21st or something. My birthday's January 4th, and you could buy the digital version on Amazon or you can buy it. Like, it wasn't free, but if you're like, all right, I can wait and just buy it for $20 and watch it whenever I want. Came out on January 4th. So yeah, a lot of movies aren't waiting that long. I mean, I know HBO has all the Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers owns all the DC stuff. So yeah, that'll be on HBO Max. And sometimes that stuff's going on. Let me ask you a question since we're talking about movies. Do you guys do you like it better that way? Like you care less now about movies at this point?
Oh yeah.
Subtract. We all know the cost of it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you like Is there certain movies you're like, that's so much better? Like, it wouldn't have the same effect on you in a house?
I significantly care less about movies ever since like it moved towards like streaming
Same.
services and going home.
Big time.
Like, you care less about going to a movie to see it, or like you care less about watching movies in general?
Let's put it this way: the only time I go to see movies is the night they come out. So it's pretty much like I'm already invested in. I want to see something really bad. I significantly care less. Like I can tell you, like the last 3 Star Wars I saw the night they came out.
Mm-hmm.
If they had come out, on Disney Plus, I probably would never have seen them.
Really?
Yeah.
So you mean it hurts it for you? It doesn't help it. Like you don't. Yeah. You're not watching. You're not happy it's out there. You would rather just keep it in the movie.
I'd rather have it as a movie, and I'd rather go to the movies to see it. Perfect examples. We were trying to see Jackass for a while, and like it was literally only the theater for like a week.
It was
and no one can match up their schedule. And now it's like you can go see it like at home. I'm probably not even going to watch it now. Like
I don't know. I guess it's a little different. I got 4 kids, right?
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
So for me, like if Ghostbusters came out, to take them out now, that was like my movie growing up. So that was like I would want to see that, but just using that as an example, yeah, like you said, I mean, I'm looking $50 ahead. That's me, and just say my 2 younger ones. That's 4 people right there. So that's what? That's $60 right there. Then you buy like soda and nachos for everybody or popcorn. Yeah, you're hitting $100, and then you know what? If the kid needs to go up in the bathroom, you got to take him in the bathroom. So now you're missing the movie. You can't hit pause on that.
Totally get it.
I mean,
totally get it.
I saw, like, for instance, one of the big movies that got hurt by the pandemic was Black Widow from the Marvel movies, which was a good movie. But that one came out on Disney Plus because of all the COVID stuff. Like, it got pushed a year. And it was supposed to come out like in June or something of the following year in 2021. I think it got pushed even further to like September, November, like the fall. And they didn't put it in the movies at all. They just put it up, but you can pay $20 to buy it and own it, or wait 3 months or 2 months and watch it for free if you don't care that much about it. That was awesome to me. Like, that was great for me. Like, I'm just sitting there watching it like, all right, I just spent $20, ordered pizza. I'm still saving $50, and I'm enjoying the movie.
Right.
I feel like, though, like when it's available to stream, like then it's competing with all the list of shows that I want to watch.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, oh, I can't watch this movie.
You still gotta take time to go out and watch the movie in the movie theater. What's the difference?
But then it's like an event. Like it's like
I'm not saying like the movie theater experience is like I could care less about it.
I
but
love the movie theater experience.
Another thing as a parent, how many times I sat through a movie I did not want to go see.
Yeah.
And like I would love just to take a nap in the middle of that movie theater. I can do that now.
Yeah.
Or I can walk away and go downstairs and the kids are still watching it. Like I'll go watch something else somewhere or put like a game on with my headphones and watch the Sixers or something play. Yeah, no, that I can see your point. Like I said, I wanted to see Ghostbusters the movie. I want to see like the Marvel movies. And those are things big screens were made for. But like a movie that's more of a drama, or like that's not about special effects or over the top things, I'm okay with just streaming it.
Yeah. Like,
and time is also nothing. I don't have the time to go to movies.
Yeah, like the whole Jackass thing, like that was something like that. Once we decided we were going to do that, like I looked forward to it. And then the one day that we tried to nail down, like it was open from Monday through Thursday, and then on a Friday there was no showings.
All right, but let me ask you this question: If that came up and I was with you guys, said, "Hey, let's go. We're going to go see Jackass. You want to come?" We found out, hey, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
What point? Like, if I said, well, why don't we grab beer and pizza and come back on the studio and watch it on a big screen TV, crank up the volume so we can laugh at it, drink beer, and talk during it, not piss anybody off? Because I'll tell you right now,
that would actually be more fun. I think.
I went to Batman and I almost slugged like a 13-year-old boys. Like, I was so mad because they just
kept the old scripted Will Smith.
Yeah, right. Like, I was so mad because like it was like back in like the place was packed. It was the first time I was in a movie theater that every seat was packed, and these kids were in the front row just laughing and throwing things and like and nobody said anything. And finally, I'm like, just like, yo, guys, shut up, like And nobody at no point did anybody come in there and like ask them to leave or be quiet once. I mean, it was a joke. I'm like, this is another reason streaming services are going to be like,
yeah,
And the other part is if the movie sucks, bloop, turn it off. If a movie sucks and I'm at the movie, I'm not leaving. I just paid $100 to go to the movies. I'm not turning it off. It's my movie rant.
And I feel like like the whole thing about coming back to like I don't know, like if I go to the movies, like it's an event with like friends and I want to do that. But if I'm at home, I might just like catch up on the shows I was watching.
Well, that's my thing. Is like if you wanted to do that, you still can watch it, and then if, like I said, the movie sucks, you can stop watching it and start your shows up. Or as soon as the movie's over, you could jump right back into your show. It's not like it's really you only have this opportunity, and if it takes it away from you.
And that's some things too, though, because I feel like now that if I do decide to put a movie on versus a show, if I don't like the movie within the first 10 minutes, like I'm like, oh, first off, it takes me like 2 hours to even decide what movie I want to watch. And then if I don't like it within the first 10 minutes, I'm switching it. And then but then really, if I would have just been forced to watch it, I might have enjoyed it. Does that make sense? Like,
see, I'm funny that way. Like if I start watching a movie, unless it's god awful, I mean, just terrible, I'm kind of invested at that point. Watching it at home or not, like there's like times like especially back in the day before streaming services are a big thing, like where a movie I never caught in the theaters, I thought about it, always wanted to watch. Like I remember, I'll give you one example: the Total Recall remake. Remember that, Holbrook?
Yeah,
that was not a good movie.
No, it was
not. At
not.
all. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I love Total Recall. I'm gonna watch this movie, and then it's just like, I look down my watch, I'm like, why am I still watching this? Like my body, my brain's like, no, dude, you started, you got to finish it. Like it could get better. It could be a booby. Maybe it's a booby going to happen. 3 boobies in that movie, but that's beside the point.
Yes. Yes. Tell us about our sponsors, Al.
All righty. Let's start with one that you see on the screen now, Fat Cow Jerky. Utterly perfect jerky. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, fatcowjerky.com. Many different flavors you see up here: jalapeno, garlic, honey bourbon, black pepper, pickle, teriyaki, the ghost pepper. One of my favorites is the maple breakfast. That's not up there. That was one of the newer ones.
That's my favorite.
It literally tastes like breakfast sausage. It's amazing.
That ghost will get you. The ghost will get you.
It'll hunt your anus now, but
it's like there's like one bite of every like stick of it that'll get you. I love it.
Really
I
spicy.
love it.
And don't forget Dolan's Bar. And yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what the hell just happened there. Hold on, let me fix that. But also, why don't you tell them about Delco Day? Well, I got that queued up for some reason. It's not working. Go ahead, Holbrook.
June 11th, 2022. Prospect Park, Pennsylvania. 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. 12 unbridled hours of 15 plus acts, local talents, local celebrities, local folks, local vendors, everything. Delco, come on out. We're in conjunction with the Headstrong Foundation, and every dollar made of this event is going to Freddie Burns IV and his fucking current battle and his future and the future waves from this battle to help offset medical fees. And if you aren't there, you ain't Delco.
You're trying out the new puppet act tonight at the Dolan's Open Mic Night, eh?
Yeah, you know it. There's no better place than Dolan's Open Mic Night. Hey, it's getting started there. Nikki's here.
Yeah, hey, all right.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Mic Night,
Open
yeah.
that mic, yeah.
Guys, it is open mic night. If you feel like doing something, please come on up. You can play guitar, sing, tell a joke. If you want to do karaoke, I can set you up with that. Whatever you want to do. I want to play some music for you in between. Let me know.
We're going to be playing every Thursday from 9 o'clock to 11:30. Usually go till 12 because we're idiots, like we always will be. Come on up if you want to try out your stuff, and hope you like it.
Also, go on www.delcolive, all one word.com, and vote in the most Delco town bracket. The Flannel 4 ends tomorrow at 6:10 p.m. and the championship round ends on Thursday at 6:10 p.m. Right now, you've got C. Kane versus Clifton, who are the reigning champs, and C. Kane, home of Imperial, against Briarcliff, first-time entrant. They fucking are shown. They went further than Glen Olden. They went further than Darby Township.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
They are the Cinderella story of our bracket right now.
That absolutely happens sometimes. Drexel Hill beat Upper Darby. Drexel Hill's part of Upper Darby. And Briarcliff's going against Prospect Park, home of Delco Day, and has said they will have a parade if they win. So, you know,
so go out and vote. Do we have an idea where we're at in the voting?
I refuse to look.
You okay?
I literally, just because the way we see it is, you know, the pictures are like really tiny, so you can see the total numbers, and I don't know which one's which right now without doing an investigation. The votes are you know, there's a good amount of votes, but get more in there. You know, vote. It's the only way to do it. That's how, you know, Ridley Park went down so early. People just
That's how our
didn't
democracy works.
People just didn't vote. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
yeah, it's not scripted like a fucking Will Smith slap or anything. It's real. It's very real. So get out there and do it. And one town. I mean, we have a 75% chance of a new champion.
Yeah.
Do it, and you know, tune in on Thursday as we will be somewhere on location somewhere.
All right, guys. Check out DelcoLive.com. Check us on our social media: Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll see you guys next time.